had my headphones down so low that it sounded like the sound stopped working. Off we go! Look smooth! Thank you for the host, Smooth. It's Smoothie Bear. Have I forgotten to do anything? I don't think so. Oh, there you are. Alright. Let's go. Oh look, enemies. Fort Dunstan, of course.
You remind me of my cousin's cat. Killed that too.
Oops, I accidentally just recorded my screen for that second.
Time to finish it.
You're too strong. I'm going. I'm leaving. Ow! Howdy, Smooth. How are you? There's a lot of things going on right now. I'm being chased by a dragon. I'm being attacked by bandits, and there's some spiders as well. Love Dark Souls 3 so far. Nice. That's a good sign. Haven't even got lost yet. Nice. I was very underwhelmed by by like 3 good quarters of Dark Souls 3. So if you like it already, then it's probably a good thing. DLC was good though. I had a fat nap. I finished writing one of my scripts. I had some mac and cheese. It's been a good day. I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you. It's Frostfall Lighthouse! That place must be innocent. Oh, what a lovely, kind ruin. Thank you, Sib. What a kind sibling. Oh fuck, where am I supposed to go? There. Oh wait, we can fast travel. I forgot. Hello, Scobes! The title screen music for Dark Souls 3 gives me shiver. Fair. It's a bit of a crescendo, isn't it? Yeah, I remember that. The first 2, the title screen music is like nothing, and then in Dark Souls 3 it's just like scream. I used to put it on without noticing the volume on my headset and it would make me jump. Hello!
When the top level, give it quickly.
Give it!
Extraordinary! I see it now. The ceiling structure interlocks in the tiniest fractals.
I didn't ask.
Blood can loose the hooks, but none alive remain to bear it. A panoply of their brethren could gather to form a facsimile, a trick. Something they did not anticipate. No, not even them.
Look at his little tapping foot. He's so impatient.
Bosmer, Dunmer, Falmer, and Orsimer. The elves still living provide the key.
The key.
There you hence this extractor. It will drink the fresh blood of elves.
Yeah.
When it
Just tell me what I need to do, old man. Just gotta harvest some blood like you do.
How long will it be sung? My feet will set upon the rock, but
What am I supposed to do with this bloody scroll then? What do you want? Read the Elder Scroll at the time mode. Oh look, it's Hermaeus Mora. It's tentacle.
Come closer. bask in my presence.
Congratulations, Mori. You're somehow the most boring Daedric prince. Oi, oi, Mark, how you doing?
Hermaeus Mora. I am the guardian of the unseen, a knower of the unknown. I have been watching you.
I thought that said FIFA 14 the last couple of days, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that was your thing. I've already stopped bothering to read the flavor text on the quests. Yeah. I don't really know the
Septimus renders him increasingly obsolete.
I keep turning it down.
He has served me well.
I don't really know what the format is for quests on Final Fantasy 14, but I find that if I get given a quest and it's just text, like with with Borderlands, I'll tend to just completely disregard it, and then I'll be like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
When that time comes, you shall take his place as my emissary. What say you?
I'm not a big fan.
Indeed. Speak with me when the box has been opened and all.
I wish you could just say yes. Now I just come across like a simp. Simp! Bruno! Simp Mert. Simple plan. Rendered an excruciating pirate speak. You're painting a beautiful picture. What a nice glop of a character. What nice vomit. Right. Off to the throat of the world. My day was great, thanks, Bruno. I fell asleep really early last night because I took the night off last night. And I fell asleep at like 9, maybe 9:30, and I woke up at 5:30 this morning, and I was like, well, I'm awake now. So I got up and played a bit of Dishonored and a bit of Dante's Inferno, because they reopened the servers for Dante's Inferno after like 8 or 9 years. They've decided to reopen the servers, and there's not that many people on it. I couldn't find anybody to do some of the co-op quests with, which is a shame, because there are 15 that you'd have to do co-op. So I kind of want to do those, but I can't find any boosting partners.
There is no question.
That's game-changing sleep hours. It was weird. Yeah, I did not enjoy that.
Driven. Kogan Akatosh.
So I woke up and on Dishonored I'm doing the hey Major, how you doing? It's on PS3. If you have it, let me know. On Dishonored I'm doing the Dunwall City Trials DLC, and on Dante's Inferno I'm doing the Trials of Lucia. So on both of the games I'm playing at the moment I'm doing like these insanely hard trials. One of the trials today on Dante's Inferno took me like 4 hours because it was 25 rounds. You have infinite lives, but on each round I would just die over and over and over again. Yeah, it's on Xbox, damn it. That's okay. Like, there was this one round where you can only kill other enemies with enemies that explode, but I was in the middle of this herd of like 14 enemies at a time, and these explosive enemies would pop up one at a time, and I would like direct them around, and I kept failing it and having to start again. And I found out that this massive 14 enemies, when they attacked me, would hit each other and just were killing each other by accident in this really small space, and it was completely unavoidable. So basically I just had to play it over and over and over and over and over again until they happened to just not accidentally kill each other. It took me like an hour and a half. Hey Mordred! Oh god, where are my glasses?
If Alduin does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back?
Oh, I think I'll find my glasses in a bit. I don't know where they are. Egg? Cute.
He will come.
He cannot ignore our defiance.
Yeah, I got the Trials of St. Lucia. Hopefully I can find somebody to co-op with. I saw some co-op sessions on PSN profiles, but they were hosted by some people from the States, so they were at like 4 AM. And I was like, I could stay up until 4 AM, but I don't want to. So, there's that.
They did not
Seeing if it's
have
good.
Dragon Rend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand.
And the Dishonored Trials are not too bad.
He is beyond
They're very
our
RNG
strength,
based as well, because
which is why
the levels and the objectives are all randomly generated, so the walkthroughs and guides you find for them are very explicit, and the things you need to do for 3 stars, and you need to get 3 stars on all of them, aren't told to you in the game, so I had to look online for those. I managed to do 2 of them. That wasn't bad. It's just very tiring. I can't believe both of the games I'm playing at the moment. Oh, Trials! Gotta do 25 EA Trials on Dante's Inferno. I think I'll aim for 3 a day. 3 a day. That's not too bad. Alduin!
Sovngarde envy us this day.
I'll aim for 2 or 3 Dante Inferno Trials a day. And maybe like 1 or 2 Dishonored Trials per day. Me trying to wake up before 6 AM. Yeah, like, it's just exhausting, isn't it?
What have you done? What twisted words have you created? Tardis Parthenos, my teeth to his neck. But first,
I felt so weird. And it threw my cats off all day as well. They were just... They were like, oh, it's breakfast time at 5 AM. I was like, no, but they wouldn't leave me alone, so I gave them breakfast. And then they were at breakfast time, their normal breakfast time, they were like, so it's breakfast time now? And I was like, fine. And then they were like, oh, I mean, you fed us twice, so you can feed us again, right? And I was like, yeah. So they just chased me around all day. Then I think, and then Blue got in the bin, and then Blue vomited. I was like, oh god, please stop.
Skyrim will be free.
Wow, what a cool battle. Oh! What if that woman died?
on the wing. Sister Hawk, grant us your sacred breath to make this contract heard. Begone, World Eater. My words with older bones than your own. We break your perch on this age and send you out. You are banished. We count you out from all our enemies.
He took that pretty well.
You are banished.
Diablo Dragoon from Monster Hunter World. Oh, I bet. Alduin's not a particularly scary bad guy. Hey, Luther. He's got like basically the same HP as any other dragon. I don't know why they had so much trouble with him in particular. Don't say that, that's gross.
fellow mortals, Dovahkiin. Die now, and await your fate in song.
He doesn't take any damage.
Not too late, Alduin.
Shibata got me really stuck yesterday, then banned for the third try today. That's always how it goes. It's always the third try. Like, you really struggle, and then you'll come back, little warm-up, 2 attempts for a warm-up, and then it's always third try. Shibata is just awful. Oh no, I missed! Oh well. The dragon. Oh yeah. He is an asshole. So there's a completely game-breaking glitch you can encounter here where Alduin just doesn't show up. So, or maybe it's when you go into the past, he just doesn't show up. And there's no way to fix it. You just have to restart the whole game. His Dark Realm was hell, it is. You know, he was nerfed 3 times in 3 different patches. Like, they made him easier 3 times. I'm doing pretty well, thanks. That was premature. Yeah. I'm doing pretty well, thanks, yeah. I'm a bit tired. I've had a coffee though, so... You know. Should hopefully see some improvement there in the coming few minutes. Yeah, and how are you doing besides ciabatta? Yeah, so he got nerfed 3 times. I think they made his grab have less reach, and they made him use it less often because he used to do it as soon as you walked into the room. I think they lowered the damage that he does, and I think they lowered the speed of something, or something that he would do during his dark zone. There's 1 Dante's Inferno left, so I can get it. Well, if you want, I don't know if the Trials of Lucia. I don't know if the Trials of Lucia come with the game. If you want, it's really hard. It is kind of recommended that you play through the game first. But I guess you can kind of learn as you go. I hate this part. This is so boring. Oh yeah, it's a shame, Major. You're just an Xbox boy. She's nice, just getting to know her at the moment. Hey, nice one, Luther. You're really getting out there. Very proud. Yeah. I always try and do that, and it never works. Ow. Xbox, PS4, and about to have a PC. Fair enough. Oh, this fight is boring. Versatile. Alduin, it's not. A Switch! I have a Switch, they're really good. I'm gonna go in with the battle axe when he lands. I just can't be fucked with this. Right, where is he? Does that do any damage? MH Monster Hunter GU or something? What's MHGU? Come on, Parthenex. Do something, you big lizard. I don't even know where Alduin is. Oh, is it? Generations Ultimate, nice. Okay. Would you say that's better than Monster Hunter World? I got a Switch for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Wasn't actually too taken by those games actually. I finished them very quickly, which is quite unusual for a Pokemon game. And then I got Animal Crossing, which I also wasn't too taken with. But now I've got like the Ring Fit, and I've been using it every other day for a while, and it's actually really good. Like it. I've had a few workouts where I felt like I was going to be sick before. Like, it's really intense. You do have to put the difficulty up quite far though for it to be like worth it. But yeah, it's good. I was hurting today, and I've been using it for a while. I was so untaken with Animal Crossing. I made a video about it. I was furious. Like the biggest load of buyer's remorse ever. Whenever I use an attack right in his face, I am acutely aware that he could just like kill me. I've done both, but I've been playing since 4U on the 3DS, so I prefer the classics. Fair enough. I heard that Monster Hunter World like was quite a big departure from the usual formula. In regards to classics, I really love the old Harvest Moon games. I feel like the last one that I enjoyed was like Sunshine Islands and Islands of Happiness. I played both of those, even though they're basically the same thing. Those are really good. Had a lot of flaws, I thought. Oh, fair enough. I know some people are absolutely obsessed with it, but I know some people who've been playing it for a long time, like the whole series, don't enjoy it that much. It's on the list, and I'm really excited for it. But I've definitely also heard some people have like problems with it. Nintendo DS. I have a 3DS, but I was mainly talking about the Switch. So Dark Souls 1 thing. Fair. So like it's not necessarily bad. It's just different, and it has different problems. I'm on fire. But I still have like 500 hours. That's incredible. That's incredible. I can't remember the last time I spent 500 hours in anything. Pokemon Y, I reckon, was the last thing I spent 500 hours in. Scooby! Good point, I forgot about that. Challenge number 45. Better not be no fast travel, because we've only just started this game. And I'm on top of the frozen world. Oh, come on, Alduin, you big bitch. Be easy, big game. Oh, we start the Ethereum questline. Oh, wow. Alright. So as soon as we've done this, we've got a detour to make. In Neo 2 felt like a job. I just got to keep playing. Aw, that's a shame. I thought Neo 2 was really good. Neo 2 is definitely my game of the year. Having played Neo 2, then played Neo 1, then come back to Neo 2, I think that Neo 1 is actually my favourite of the two games. But Neo 2 is so good. And I think Neo 1 might also be my favourite because I had a really good build. I did a lot of grinding and got some really good equipment with some awesome stats, and I just couldn't be bothered to do that a second time for Neo 2. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I just get upset with— oh, the dojo missions are awful in Neo 2. I have no idea why they made them so beefy. I haven't dared try them on anything above Dream of the Samurai. Like, I can't imagine what that would be like on Dream of the Demon. The dojo missions on the first game, because you had to do every single dojo mission on Dream of the Demon in the first game, most of them are okay, except for Hanzo's, which was so bad that I almost like completely rage quit the game on the spot. Where is this health bar at? Right top center? Well, not all the time, sometimes.
May
Right, it's gone now. You suck, Alduin. Try not to be fire. Okay. That's alright, Major.
I cannot be slain.
Can you stop the meteors, please, now? Alduin's Bane. Well, sorry, sorry fella, but we have to go and do the Ethereum questline now. Dream of the Demon axes and hatchets are like actually the worst. Really? You've tried to do them as well. That's nuts. I have no idea how you have the energy for that. Dagoth, highbrow reference. I used to be like so into Elder Scrolls lore. I used to read about it all the time.
You truly have the voice of a
How do we start the Ethereum
Alduin's
quest
allies will
line?
think twice after this victory.
Oopsie. Lost to the ages.
Ni livrach hin moro. True, this is
Lost to the Ages is a quest in Dawnguard. The quest details the investigation of a lost ancient dwarf secret and the search for 4 pieces of solid Ethereum. It can be started by locating and reading a copy of the book The Ethereum Wars. It can also be started by entering Arkin Therms and talking to Katria. Alright, let's find Arkin Therms. Oh, I see what that is, cool. I just got to open the challenge list and change some of them. Lusty Argonian Maid. Put all the items you own in storage. You're starting again. Another one would be...
One of his allies could tell us. Matmahus. But it will not be so easy to convince one of them to betray him. Perhaps the Hafkosayun, the palace in Whiterun, Dragon's Reach. It was originally built to house a captive Dova.
Artifact.
A fine place to trap one of Alduin's
Go
allies.
and get it. Okay.
Yes, but your Soom is strong. I do not doubt that you can convince.
See you soon, Major. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Lock Thum. Right, that was good. I'm glad we didn't die right at the end there, because I was pretty sure that we were going to. So it looks like Arkin Therms is there. Yeah. So we've got this bit here. Then like this nubbin. I think it might be this nubbin. I think it's right there. So there's nothing nearby that we can do. So I guess we'll go to Old Holdren. This is where you can find out the true identity of Talos as well, without even realizing it was Talos. Because Talos' real name wasn't Talos, and he wasn't even a Nord. He was a Breton called, like, Heggy something, or Eggy, or Iggy. Iggy Pop. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, Jesus. What? I can hear somebody saying help as well.
Someone do something.
Hey, Scobie, you and I are just on the same page all the time, except when it comes to opinions, and then we never agree on anything. Give me your soul. There we go. Leon! We do agree on some things. I finished the script for a video today, and I had you in mind while I was writing it. And I was like, I wonder what Scobie's going to say about this. I wonder how vehemently we're going to argue about this. Nah. Precious. I know that I said I was going to go straight to Ethereum, but I need to sell some shit. I look forward to finding out, so do I. I just need Shekel to look over it. Because I talk a lot of shit when I'm on a roll, and I need somebody to be like, you gotta fact check that. You gotta check that. I don't think that's right. So, once he's, you know, sifted through the turds, I can record it, and I'm gonna edit it myself. I'm actually gonna be the editor for this one.
Did you hear all that noise outside?
It's
I'm gonna
just
do my
the market
first
grab.
video.
We should get back to work. You there, if you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
I'm trying to.
Are you feeling sick?
Yes.
No, I'm... Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Well, is it junk? Really? You already run out of stuff. A fic you wrote does not count as a source. Yeah, things like that. Just yank me back. Oh, I feel sick from the mac and cheese. Why do I eat cheese?
Come back.
Why do I do this to myself? I feel sick. I can't wait to weigh myself this week as well. I reckon I've lost loads of weight. Running's picked up. Eating well. Things are well. Things are going well. Can't wait to see that number represented numerically, so I can base my self-worth on it.
Looking to protect yourself?
I know this was supposed to be a set piece of you like shouting at your assistant, but I need to sell some things.
Let me know if you need something for.
I've specified in the fanfiction that the fanfiction is canonical, so checkmate atheists. God, some people, eh? Don't know culture if it hit them in the face. Back in the day, I would have definitely written a fanfiction about Leon and Ashley. I used to love writing fanfiction. I used to draft them in a little notebook and then write them up on my parents' computer directly into the website so that I wouldn't save it anywhere in case they found it. Thank you. I had many crushes and much teenage energy to burn, so... Whoops! Hey! Challenge 20. What have we got?
You don't look so good. Feeling alright?
I'm fine now, thank you. Dual wield 2 weapons to fight for the next 20 minutes, okay. Ah! The problem with doing all these like mixed weapons and things is I'm not leveling any of my weapon skills because we might be using something else in like 10 minutes. So it means the enemies are getting stronger and I'm not doing much damage. So I reckon what I'm going to have to do is create an assortment of weapons and refine them. Create an assortment of weapons and refine them, and then just use that as a bank to draw from. And then also we could start getting things, if we leveled our smithing high enough, we could start getting things like ebony weapons. And then I'd know what everything was and I could name it as well. I can't remember to call my axe, did I axe you a question? Did I axe you? No. I don't believe I axed. That's it. That's what I'm going to call it. Force one!
Show me.
You could directly upload. Oh no! I never knew you could directly upload streams from Twitch. What, to YouTube? Export it. Yeah, man. Turns out the Force one are too strong, so. Oh, we should also try and get our hands on some Daedric armor or something. Or dragon scale armor. I think Daedric is better, right? The one that you can make level 100. Oh, we're gonna have to do so much smithing to be able to make Stalrim, which we need anyway, but still. I can't wait to craft some ebony stuff too. There's only one ebony mine in Skyrim, I think, and it's got like these really grumpy orcs living there, and they're all quite well characterized and quite likable, but they're so tucked away that most people never meet them. Let me in. Oh no, I'm just gonna go right off the side of this waterfall now. No. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm just completely stuck. I like the current. I'm stuck. An edited approach, yeah. I upload all mine as VODs because I'm fucking stuck. I upload all mine as VODs because it's like a series, but I mean, you're really good at editing, so. This raging torrent, well. Death hounds! Oh yeah, we need to go and get ourselves a companion as well. While I'm in Markarth, I'll grab a companion. And then they can do all the fighting for us. As we get slowly and slowly weaker. It's just shit. Well, I mean, like, it's a stream, isn't it? So it's telling a story of, you know, A to B and things. I wouldn't worry too much about it being shit because
God and that's here. Good.
It's a series. The Jeremy thing is great. When are you going to upload that? Oh, is this? Oh, I can choose an item to improve. Okay. Tee. Fair. Sorry, I know that I asked you to move, but I now need to use this. Ugh. That's weird. Ooh, we could make building materials. That's good.
You strike the metal like you love giving a bit of a light slack. Hit it harder.
I'm sorry, folks. I just
Pound it down.
Tee.
It'll break when it's finished.
Where's the improving thing?
Harder.
Ugh, she's dirty. Let's go and get a companion. Whoop. Let's go and have a fist fight with that guy in the cafe, so he respects us. Hit it harder. Pound it. Just pound it.
The silver blood.
Right, here he is.
There's no shipments coming in, so I do.
This was the guy I married in my first game because he's really cool.
That's a fair price. My blade is
He's really cool. When he's like running around with you, and I was like, all right, let's get married. You know, you're pretty cool. And then as soon as he gets married, he just gets those like stock spouse lines. So like, I guess all of the voice actors recorded like stock spouse lines. So he goes from being like quite cool to being like, "Hello, my love. Oh, I've missed you so much. Wow, so good to see you." I'm like, I don't remember you being so gross. Yeah, Mjol's pretty cool. I was just marry an Algonian. It's nice to have that separation. Like, it feels less weird when somehow it feels less weird and awkward when there's a lizard telling you that they love you. Some reason having like a dead-eyed human or elf NPC looking into your eyes and, you know, going like, "Wow, you're amazing." Somehow it was easier to have a lizard do it. Then she moves her fucking brother into my house. Oh yeah, her little like assistant guy. Loads of marriage, loads of potential marriage people do that. They always like bring somebody along, and then you're just like, "Excuse me," like they're sleeping next to each other in your own bed, and I'm like, "Am I being cucked? Am I being cucked right now?" Ethereum! I need to make a new thing for that now. Oh, I didn't close the list. I'm gonna actually work on a Dark Souls 3 ting this time. A good ting. But dislikes love. Very descriptive, I love it. Thank you, Bruno. Love is overrated, it is. Look, all I'm saying is that Overcooked 2 with all the DLCs is what, like 25 quid? An engagement ring is what? Just play Overcooked. Don't waste your time. It's even cheaper than a date. Unless your date is to play Overcooked, but why would you want to play Overcooked with a lover? Where is Vorstag? Come on! Pump and dump. Dip and slip. Ejac and evac.
Back off.
Oh wait, they're actually asking us to leave. Come on, Volstagg, let's blow this joint. I've got Draga to kill. Get the fuck out. I've called you an Uber. I didn't pay for it though. You can pay for it. I've ordered some lunch. Oh, for us? No. It's gonna be here in a bit though, so you should go. Anything nice? Burrito. I love burrito. Yeah, same. See ya. No, that's not me. Would be funny if it was though. Ugh, zombies. Hey, how you doing, zombies? It's been ages. How's life? Order yourself one when you get home. Been good, just working non-stop. Well, I hope you're earning fat stacks at least. Anything fun? Like, I don't remember. If we talked about your job before, I am afraid I no longer remember what it is. I wish. I just want the best for you. We haven't talked about it, fair enough. Sometimes I feel really bad when people come in and they're like, "I told you my job." And I'm like, "But I haven't spoken to you in 6 months. I'm sorry." So it obviously can't be there, I guess, so... It might be this one over here. I did recently get a new tattoo, very nice. What'd you get? I'd love to get a tattoo. I've had an idea in my head since I was about 16, and I've never really gotten around to drawing it because I think it would make it like a scary, permanent thing. So I just think about it sometimes and wistfully wish I had it. So my wrist saying, think positive. It's a good reminder, I suppose. Very nice. I'm lost. Oh, looks like it was all the way over here. We'll just follow it around. We'll just follow it around. All of the Dawn God dungeons they added, obviously later into the game than the main game because it's DLC, obviously. But it meant that they had to really, really put them out of the way so that I guess they wouldn't just pop up in random areas. So it just means that all of the Dawn God dungeons are right around like the rim of the map, which means it takes so bloody long to find them because obviously you're not really supposed to be traversing around here looking for things. And yet here we are. There's a really interesting area added, like down here? Somewhere like here. And you literally go off map, and it's one of the most disorienting things ever. It's called like Sky Altar, and I'm pretty sure there's like another temple and things. Just you know, classic shit. Classic shit. Here we go. This isn't too far out of the way, in retrospect. But it was pretty confusing to find. Oh wait, I'm not even in the right place. Oh god. This is Valthoom! This is where we get a Dragon Priest mask. Ooh, that's a good one actually. Change this one to collect all Dragon Priest masks. Collect all the Dragon Priest masks. What should I call this one? Face Off. I need to change how my YouTube is shared in the description because people were really nice last stream and they all went to go and follow and subscribe to my YouTube and they all went to the wrong one. Oh, bless them! So lovely, so kind, and I felt so bad that I didn't say anything. Until now, obviously, because I don't think any of them are in chat that were kind enough to go over. It's because I've got YouTube and then beneath it, YouTube. I need to name one of them VODs and the other one YouTube. We're talking about the VODs channel. Yeah, so the VODs channel is just like an archive for my streams. The one that I've actually been posting, like the videos that I've been making on, is a different channel. YouTube and double YouTube, yeah. And all bless. People are really supportive and it's really kind, and I felt so bad. I was just like, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. VODs are going to be a flashback and a half. Baker was watching one of my VODs the other day, and apparently I was on 49 followers, and I was absolutely pumped at the idea of becoming an affiliate. I was getting really excited about it. And I think that's sweet. I think that's sweet. Like, I just did it as an archive for all my streams, but I guess it's going to get all the milestones in it as well. It's going to be like a nice trip down memory lane. A good way to chart, you know, the fun. Looks like the Dante's Inferno Trials of St. Lucia can't be bought anymore. Yes, you can only buy it on the UK PSN store now. And you can't do it in-game. You have to go onto the PSN store, but only on your PlayStation. You can't do it on the website. You have to search Dante's Inferno and then go down to add-ons. It's really difficult to find. It's only on the UK store. But I bought it today. I bought it and played it today. So I know that you can purchase it, but obviously in a very roundabout, silly way. Hope you get there. Thanks, man. Ah, past Merc. What an innocent creature.
Please, turn back before it's too late.
Don't tell me what to do, ghastly voice. Hey, Jay! I'm trying to play Jade Empire on my PC and I can't get Streamlabs to make it show up. Oh, that's really weird. I don't use Streamlabs and I don't stream on PC, so I'm definitely the worst person to ask. Streamlabs is still in beta for Mac, and when I tried to use it, it was appalling. It just crashed constantly. If they ever fix it, I'll go back to it. Then I have to use Game Capture HD because it's like the only one that works. I can still get it. It was my favourite game, just trying to find the power cable for my PS3. How much was the DLC? I had to buy it as part of the whole DLC pack, so it comes with like a bunch of costumes, a bunch of like poppable souls that you can get at the start of the game, like 5,000 I think, the Dark Forest DLC and the Trials of St. Lucia, and I think it was 15 quid, but you can't get them separately, which is really silly.
The name's Katria. Was an adventurer. Raided ruins.
Yeah, Jade Empire sounds really good. From what Jay said, sounds very interesting.
Something big.
That's calm. Is that slang? That's calm.
It's a long story.
I'm not very trendy.
You ever heard of Ethereum? A rare mineral used by the dwarves.
What capture card do you have? I used to use the integrated PS4 capture when I used to stream Neo. I use Elgato something. Means good. Oh, Bruno. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's calm, G. Yeah, I use the Elgato. I used to use the PS4 integrated capture, but like whenever the game crashed or if my stream like lost connection for a bit, like the whole thing would go down, which was like really frustrating. And obviously you couldn't have alerts or anything. It was a big shame. Is it the 60 HDS? Let me check. It is HD 60S, yeah.
What I did, that my life mattered. But
it was a gift.
I died.
I was very
just
happy.
Like all the others. Turn back before you become the next victim.
Maybe you just shouldn't be so shit, Katria.
Sure, that's what they all say. I'm not going to talk you out of it, am I? I know.
You're gonna have to get one of those soon. They're pretty good. Well, I mean, I don't have much to compare it to, but it's worked pretty well for me. I'd like to get a cheap little one and start fucking around again. Yeah, sounds fair. I know that Shekel managed to get one for like 20 quid. But it didn't have an extra slot for the HDMI, so he had to like stream it to his computer and like play it through his computer. So I guess you can get some really, really cheap ones. Wait, where's Volstagg? Oh, he's here. Right by my side, all along. That sounds awful to deal with. Yeah, I agree. But I guess he only needed it for like a little thing, so it's okay. By the way, it's my stream anniversary in less than a month, so I'm thinking I might try and do Bloodborne again. Maybe see if we can do the whole thing in a single stream. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Scotty. I'm gonna use this history. Except I'd probably need a little bit of practice.
See that thing? Dwarves call them kinetic resonators. At least none of my Skyrim.
So I might spend a bit of time on Bloodborne in the coming month, practice it, get used to it again, or maybe just throw myself in and see how it goes. I don't know. It's not a very long game, you can do it in just a couple hours, I guess it just depends. Where's Volstagg? She turned into dust. She's there. Okay. Cool. Where is Volstagg? Oh god. Thanks a lot, Volstagg. Useful. Oh, let me go and fetch him. Whereabouts have you gone? Do really hope the Bloodborne gets a frame update on the PS5, PS collection. I hope so as well. Hello, Volstagg. Paging Dr. Volstagg. Never mind. I hope that it gets re-released with a new trophy list. I know it's a bit of a nitpick to want something like that, but I have high hopes. I don't expect much from the game because I really enjoyed it. I don't really care for any improvements, but it would be nice if they did it with a new trophy list. Because we've got so much to play on the channel, like I want to be as efficient as possible, and I don't really want to play stuff that doesn't have a trophy list, just for sake of the fact that I need to get through things quite quickly now. But it does mean that I probably wouldn't play it if it didn't have one, maybe? Miyazaki never wants to go back. What do you mean? That's why he wasn't the one to make Dark Souls 2. True. 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 Sweet Dark Souls 2. Sweet misunderstood Dark Souls 2. Precious Dark Souls 2. Yeah, the first game, I can see why he wanted to put it to bed, because the third game was good, but it had so much fan service in, and I don't know, the second one got so much backlash for being a bit different, even though it's still a good game. I can understand why he would want to move on and try something new. I kind of respect that as well. Like, like seeing companies like Activision and EA just churning out the same shit like year after year after year. It must be so easy to just make the same stuff over and over again. I'm glad that Miyazaki doesn't like to do that, because you know he'd be up to his ears in money if he decided to do that, but he hasn't like sold out. The Dark Souls 3 DLC was amazing. I think it was so good because it was like really, really, really original. The Ring City was such a cool idea. Everything about it was so fun. Like I think it was just so well done. I think the stuff that was like rooted in fan service was mainly like the main game. Then just forced Dark Souls 3 out of his arse. Yes, that's the perfect term. And Bloodborne and Sekiro were awesome. Yeah, like Bloodborne and Sekiro, you can see how like they have the formula that everybody loves, and then just build on it with different mechanics, but change the mechanics slightly each time, so that it's not too unfamiliar to returning fans, and like people still feel like it's Soulsy when they get to it. Look. Had to take his shirt off to get Dark Souls 3 out. Nioh 2 is perfection. Nioh 2 is such an incredible game. Mark, you get the reference. The horrible, horrible reference. Nioh! Hey! What have you done? Oh, happy 9 PM. You've gotten a bit bored with Souls-likes though. Yeah, the formula is sturdy, but I think it's easy to burn out. Only use a dagger for the next 20 minutes. Okay, thank you. This is the only dagger I have. And Vorstag isn't here, so this will be great. Against a chorus, no less. Or a chorus, or a chorus. What? Oh. Mortal Shells isn't really good. It has received much, praise as well. Let's go for stamina this time. I haven't really noticed an issue with health or magic. I beat Metal Gear Rising with no upgrades, no health upgrades, no fuel upgrades, no damage upgrades, no increased absorption, and less usability upgrades. No everything other than skills. It doesn't increase damage, it's just extra combos, so I thought it'd be okay. Nice, well, was it fun? Like, did you grow? Did you develop as a person? What a perfect time to get that. Good, Neo, good. Proud. You're gonna be doing the maddest challenge runs. I used to be so scared of trying anything new. I would just replay the same stuff I enjoyed over and over and over on like the easiest mode as well, just comfort zone 101. I feel like I've achieved something. You have. That's insanely cool. No. There's a hunter. Metal Gear Solid 2 was the worst. Sad. When it came to that challenge. Was there a trophy involved, or was it just for the clout? Clout, nice. Nice, respectable. Katria, can you help? Been a while since I started her up back in the day, eh? Thank you, Katria. I would be lost without you. Do I go for S rank everything with no upgrades? Well, I mean, how hard is that going to be? Do you think you're up to the challenge? Scobie, the chorus. Extremely hard. You get that Grey Fox and Cyborg Raiden skin. Nice. I do love a nice skin as a reward for doing something obscenely difficult. That's not the way to go. Thank you, Katria. I don't think I can do it. That's crazy. Like, there are so many games where you know that if you tried it over and over and over and over again, you'd eventually do it. It's just like, it just depends on how much you want to put that time in. Oh, sorry Bruno, we've had to make it so that people can't share links. If you send that to Scobie, he'll be able to post it. I know this might sound completely unnecessary, but if anyone needs free books to download online, try asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Oh wow, look.
Here we go.
Donut. Whisper me the link. You a big 100% trophy person? Yeah, I don't really care that much about plats. I like 100%. I feel like 100% is the best way to know that you've gotten like the full scope of a game finished. It just feels like I've tried everything that the game wants me to try. And no further, you know? Get a good taste of all the DLC as well. Hey Hezekiah, you love platinums, nice. You have more than me, don't you? I guess that's why.
Hold up. We
Hold
need
up!
to talk. You know what this is? It's a lock. A tonal lock. Simple and very, very deadly. See the resonators up there? Strike them in the right order, and the door should open.
Resident Evil 2 Remake was the most fun I had in a video game. That looks really good. I'm pretty sure that's on our list as well, so I'd love to try that one day.
Well, my notes were in my journal, but you didn't grab that, did you?
Well, sorry I didn't want to read, Katria.
Beyond that, well, maybe one of our predecessors still has a clue. Yeah, I thought I was prepared for anything. How can you prepare for a damned earthquake? And that was just one trap.
Half the
Look
game,
around.
yeah.
Who knows what else this thing is capable of?
Like, I can understand why a remake of a game would be much bigger than the original, but I don't know. There's just something I don't like about it. Scrap of paper. 3 something 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 2. Wow, well, perfect drops of blood. 3 1 1 1 2. Well, time for some thingy. Oh wait. Oh, I see. So it's 1 2 3, not 1 2 3. All right. Well. Oh, get out of the way, Katria. You knobby. Oh wait, I need a dagger. Ah! Right, let's start the timer again. Back to dagger. Resident Evil 2 Remake was perfection. They really fucked up on cutting it down with the third. That sucks. And I will hydrate. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for allowing me to drink. So we've got 3. Let's try this one then.
Look out!
Oh goodness. So it's not 3 1. Thank you, Mark. I didn't know that was a thing. Well, it is. A bit. You have to be like right up their arse to hit them with a dagger. I feel like I may as well just keep punching them. Better Kelly! Hey. More! Thank you, Better Kelly. So it's not 3-1. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Okay, let's try 3-2. No, not 3-2. Let's try 3-4. Okay, so it's not 3-4, so it must be 3-5. Oh goodness. Three, 5. Something, something, 2. Let's try 4-1. No. So it's 3-5, 1-4-2. Oh, good! Yeah, I can trust you to deal with this, Katria. He spin! How did you detect me straight away? Horrible man. Oh, he's a master! Never fear, Katria. Yeah! Well, he's very docile. Wow, just punched him in the knob. Well, you know what? That's fine. That was fine, actually. That was fine. Ooh. 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 Well, you never know when that kind of shit's gonna come in handy, and it's very rare, so we'll just get it. Okay. 3. Five. 1.
Keep going.
Alright, Katria, chill. 4. Oh. So the note wasn't true. Or maybe I just misread it. 3, 5, 1, 2, 4. I always skim read. Skim reading will be the death of me. Yes, I reckon so. Thanks, Scobes. Enjoy your paint. finally. Oh, another core.
So this is it. So, it is real.
There's a lot of dynamo cores here. I'm gonna go put them in my house.
Let me see it. Huh. Look, on the edge here. This has been cut, precisely cut. If you had another piece about the same size, it would snap right in. I saw a drawing of this once. This shard, it's part of a key. A key made of pure Ethereum. The key to the forge.
The forge.
We have to find the other pieces, of course. There should be, 3 more. 1 for each of the 4 cities that worked on the forge. I had a map in my journal. That's where we should start.
Oh, thank you, Scobie. 4
We
minutes.
still have to find the forge itself. I had a lead on that too. There's so much to do. I'm going to head out and start tracking things down.
You are a ghost.
We'll meet again.
Can you just do
I'm
that?
sure of it. For the first time in a long while, I think we may actually be able to do this. And I owe it all to you. Thank you.
Okay. Very active ghost. I can't craft anything dwarven yet, but I can try. Oh, perfect. Ebony bow. Whoa. Crafting is really OP if you level it early. Yeah, I really need to work on crafting. Mainly because we're doing a challenge run, every 20 minutes we could be changing weapons. So what I want to do is make like a bank of really, really good weapons that aren't really affected by the fact that I don't have enough points to put levels into all of them. I really need to get on with that, but I just can never be bothered. But maybe we could dedicate some time to it today because we need to, thank you, Mark. Because we need to, can I just drop? Maybe not, maybe so. Oh! Oh, that was scary. We need to make Skyrim items at some point anyway, so could work. Your local streamer. Oh, there you are, Volstagg. Nice to see you. Bit late, a bit late. Do. Wait, so why didn't that start as a quest? The Hell Dome. Oh, the Hell Dome. Why didn't that start the quest? Maybe if we try and retrieve her journal, maybe that'll work. This is strange. Well, Deep Folk Crossing is next. Hey, Hey, yes, we're free. Do you think you'll stream Crown of Tundra? I can stream Crown of Tundra. It has not, unfortunately, been voted for. I guess, the thing is, I do like to 100% Pokemon games. I always get like a living Pokedex, and I managed to do that with the base game. I don't know, I guess I would. I just don't think I've accrued the kind of audience that would be interested in that, so like, I would. I also need to do Crown of, Crown of Mountain, Crown of Rock, whatever it's called. Or Disgaea 5, oh, I've got to finish it. I've got to finish Disgaea 5, Pettikelly. Every time I sit down to do it, I'm like, oh, so much grind. Even though you did it in only like a few hours over the course of a few days, for me it just seems like the most impenetrable thing ever. That's the best part, going for the shiny dex right now. Are you actually? How is that? I've never ever done a shiny dex before. Right, I've got to go to Deep Folk Crossing. Deep Folk Crossing is a Dwemer bridge going over our river. Venture across it to the north side to retrieve the next shard atop a plinth. A plinth! Oh, I need to go and get Ketria's journal. You only have like 60. I mean, it's so much easier to get Pokemon in the new game, but even then it's not exceptionally easy to get shinies of them. I got like the whole dex and I didn't see a single shiny. I just want to go back to the platinum days. Oh bless. So what do you think is the best shiny from the new gen? Because I saw some really cool ones, but I also obviously never found any of them. Maybe I picked up Ketria's journal. No. Damn you, Mert. Where is Ketria's journal? Yeah, specifically Gen 8. The corpse of a female Nordic and finds a journal on her body that illustrates her findings. So did the journal not spawn? I don't see the journal. Oh, I see. That's how she died. She just fell off. Smallduin! He's a little bitch. He is a little bitch. Hey, Sonny. You're supposed to have a journal on you, and you don't.
God's willing, you'll find a chest full of gold in one of these chambers.
Volstagg. Volstagg. Keep your eyes on the prize. She's dead. She is. She was supposed to have a journal on her person, and she doesn't have it, so... Trying to decide the best course of action. Well, I mean, I know where Bethardum's is, and I know where Deep Folk Crossing is, so we could just head over there. Zephyr-chan. Zephyr-chan. Right, let me have a look. Oh yeah! Huh, well, I guess she has put markers down, which is kind of useful. Alright, let's go to let's go to Solitude first, so I can drop off some things and sell some stuff. Ethereal Crown Chan doesn't really jive well. It certainly doesn't. It certainly doesn't. Come on, Volstagg. Don't be rude. I'm paying you. Time to visit my new home that I've been in like 8 times.
I really like singing.
Oh, Lucy is here. My daughter. Assuming that's your cargo animal. I'm not using him to carry stuff around.
So pretty. I wish they'd let me inside.
We have a channel. We have a challenge where you have to kill your companion. So I just need to have a companion around.
Everything I could have hoped for.
Is it?
I know it's not much, but I found a few pretty things. They're in the chest of my
Mafala?
room. If you see anything you
Oh,
like,
you mean
please,
for Boethia's quest? No,
You've done so much for
no,
me.
we just have a challenge where we might.
It's the least I
Where we
can
might
do.
Oh yeah, Mafala has that for the Ebony Blade as well. No, it is literally just for a community challenge. You only have Grimsnarl, Sobble, and Frostmoth for Gen 8. Grimsnarl out of all of those. Grimsnarl is a really weird design. I think I like it. I love Frostmoth, and Sobble's cute. Let me put away stuff that we don't need, but we might need. Can't put that away. Looking at all the Gen 8 shinies right now, they're pretty good. I like how because obviously when shinies first came out, they would just take the palette of the Pokemon and then like put it like one to the right or something, which meant that some Pokemon got really good palettes. Like let me think. What's a really good shiny from one of the first few generations? Lugia's got a really good shiny. Ho-Oh's got a really cool shiny. Dragonite's got a really cool shiny. But then some of them were really boring, like Gengar, Shelder, Pidgey, just like basically so subtle that you wouldn't even notice it. But then like as they realised that shinies were really popular, they started to design them like actively pick the colours. And now the shinies all look amazing. Charizard's cool. Charizard's got a really good shiny, yeah. I got a Pinsir, that's all I care about. Dragapult is really good. Lemon Top. I have a Kyogre. Pink Boy's best boy. I had a shiny Groudon once, but I traded it for a Keldeo. Blipbug is super cute. Is there anything here that I don't need? Blipbug's really cute. The Corgi dog. Can't remember what it's called right now. Just loads of them. So adorable. Hattie. Mine's called Hattie Potter. Can't remember what the real name for that is either. Have you seen the shiny? No. Now they shiny lock box up Pokemon. Yeah, shiny locking's really dumb. And they shiny lock the starter Pokemon. I'm like, if somebody wants to soft reset 6,000 times for a shiny Litten, let them. Like, stop trying to force people to play games in the way you want, Nintendo. Like, it's frustrating. Aegislash is probably the best out of all. Aegislash is really cool. I got a shiny Fennekin once. That looks really good. Like grey and purple, it's really nice. I had a shiny Deden. Like, it was quite a subtle colour change, but it was pretty. It's not even Nintendo, it's the Pokemon Company. Potato, you know what I mean. Final 3 legendaries are all shiny locked. Yeah, and they're all shiny locked, but then they released them as like part of an event. So like, they're all shiny locked in game, so you can't get them in game, but you can just be physically given one. You don't even need to finish the game to be physically given one. I find that very annoying. The new region birds are going to be shiny locked as well. It's so annoying. Like, why are you forcing people to play the game in a certain way? Like, I know that it lowers. I know that it basically like creates shiny inflation, so they become less valuable, but most people really like their shinies. They're not going to give them away. They're going to keep them. I find it dumb. Oh, I should have looked in that. Ah, that's fine. Oh, this just generate them, so inflation is a thing. Oh yeah, I got a on Pokemon Y. I was wonder trading away some Pokemon that had like IV bred, and I got a shiny Mewtwo, like full perfect IVs. I was like, this is definitely not a legit Pokemon, you know. This is 100% genuine. This is 100% genuine hack. Like, they definitely just generated. It's really silly that they try and like punish normal players who want to get them genuinely, but you know, a lot of people just give away crazy ass shiny legendaries anyway. Yeah, they do. They do. I ended up just getting a shiny Mewtwo through mystery trade as well as a shiny Dialga. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I got my shiny Groudon because I put a shiny Lapras up onto the GTS in Pokemon Y and asked for a Groudon, and then somebody just sent me a shiny Groudon. I was like, wow. This isn't legitimate, but I'll take it.
Return anytime.
Pokemon Home is a literal gambling app. Oh, I never used Pokemon Home. I stopped playing it because of Sun and Moon. It was like really frustrating me how much talking there was in the game. Cool, now we have a fine Battle Axe. Pokemon Masters is a gambling app. Oh, I don't know that one either. I stopped playing it because they just talk so damn much and it was really getting on my nerves. It's a gacha. I see. Oh, I gotta pick a challenge. You use the GTS a lot in Alpha Sapphire. I use the GTS mostly in... Wait, what have we got? Number 22. I used the GTS in Pokemon Y. I didn't put useless enchantment on your current weapon. Okay, perfect. I didn't really touch on it that much in Alpha Sapphire because I really struggled with the game. Alpha Sapphire and Sun and Moon, they just had so much talking. I just felt like I was getting ripped away from the action every 10 minutes to watch some like 15-minute cutscene. I started to get really exhausted by it, so I just stopped playing it. I never even finished Alpha Sapphire, which is a shame because I really liked Sapphire and Ruby back in the day. Shiny Barraskewda has a nice palette if you like complementary colours. I love complementary colours. Okay, let's make sure we've got a soul gem. We don't have a soul gem. Let's go and see if we can find one. You should have seen Gen 7. I have seen Gen 7. I mean, I've played all of the games. I didn't think Gen 6 was bad either. I loved Gen 6. I just didn't like the games themselves, you know? Like I mean, I played Sun and Moon. I played Sun and Moon through, and I was like, wow, that was shit. Maybe it was because of the team I picked. Maybe I didn't like it because I picked a team that I didn't really jive with. So I started it again, got a team that I really liked, and then put the game down. Sun and Moon sucked, yes. Yeah, Y was my favourite. Y was my favourite. You got to get that 420 shit going, and you'll forget it's happening. I like that strat. Cool. There we go.
Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Yeah, Sun and Moon were a huge shame because they introduced some really cool Pokemon. I like the new Pokemon designs. I like that they're squishy and cute. I get really annoyed when people say that they don't have any creativity anymore because like if you look back on Gen 1, like Voltorb is a Pokeball. Can you imagine how annoyed people would be today if like if Voltorb was released today and like Muck and Grimer were just sludge? I get really annoyed when people say there was no creativity in like the recent gens because they have been like very creative. It was just a shame that I couldn't get on with the game at all. I was like, stop dragging me away from this. Okay, so I've got to put a useless enchantment on this. All of those are quite useful, so let's have a look at the bow. Soul Trap, Magicka, Fire Dent. Let's try something we're wearing, maybe? Noivern is really good. That and Platinum were my favourite. Platinum was great too. Kyurem, Zekrom and Reshiram were the coolest legendaries to be introduced. They did look very good. Who are my favourite legendaries? I got really annoyed that they started adding legendaries as events, because it, like, you just walk into a shop and they'd give you, like, Meloetta. And I was like, where's the intrigue? Like, where's the story, you know? I don't mind if this is an event, but can it at least be interesting? Like, I don't know anything about Meloetta, and I don't care about Meloetta. Let's put something on the steel cuff boots. Every gen has its fair share of shit designs. The problem with later ones is that the designs feel like they're being streamlined for plushie making. Maybe they just have new artists in, I guess, and maybe they're just trying to make something that looks adorable. I did like the Crozma and the Ultra Beast with Sun and Moon. I loved Solgaleo. I wasn't too taken by... I wasn't too taken by Necrozma, but I also didn't catch it. I didn't get that far in the game. None of these are particularly useless. I'll go with Resist Shock, because it's probably the least useful one to me right now. The starters have been shit since Black and White. I think that some of them have been okay. Like, Fennekin and Brazen were really cool. Delphox looked so horrible that it gave me, like, Uncanny Valley vibes. It made me feel uncomfortable. It was like looking at a weird spider. I cast Fist! Alright, Jim Jam. How you doing? What else is there? Chespin was weird. Chestnut, didn't like Chestnut. Greninja looked cool. I never used one though. Hey, Bruno. You hated every second of it. Aw. What else? I did not like the fact that Litten turned into Tony the Tiger. That was awful. Brionne looked okay. The Vulture. Time to scavenge. Completely disrobe and put away your weapons. You're only allowed to use what you can find for the next hour. As soon as you find something, put it on. If you find something else, replace your current equipment with it. Right. Come on then, Volstagg. Thank you, Bruno. What challenges are going on? That's only our current. That's our only current challenge, Jim Jam. We've had a few like one-off challenges, like go and do this, go and do that, but we've done them. Oh, we have to do the Ethereum quest line, but that's not too bad. I think you basically got Incineroar down there. Decidueye looked really good. To be fair, actually, Grass and Ghost, was it? Decidueye was great. I ditch starters every time. I've started to do that as well. Like, I think the fourth time I played X and Y, I swapped out my starter and just got a Dino instead. I really like Designer. Who's been good today? Blue or Seth? Neither of them. They've been awful. Blue's awful. Seth's awful. They've been really bad. They broke into their food, and then they were sick because they ate too much food. I was like, you guys suck. You absolutely suck. Terrible. Starters are 2 OP. Starters definitely could be 2 OP. Decidueye had a cool shiny. Nuzlocke challenge is fantastic. I did a Nuzlocke challenge. I did it on Platinum. And I got really far in the game with just a Pachirisu because everything else kept dying. Oh no, and a Girafarig too. I had a lot of fun. I thought it was a pretty interesting way to play. Lobos did one for Blue. Oh nice! I didn't know Lobos did a Nuzlocke. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's a cool way to play. It would be awesome if the games could like support a challenge run like that. Since they're so popular, like I feel like it definitely wouldn't be poorly received if they added in like an optional Nuzlocke challenge that you could toggle on or off. Oh, thanks, Bruno. It's like the only bit of Pokemon he ever did. Yeah, I thought he was like purely a Soul streamer. I usually start with the Firestarter because it's a great song and usually it's a sweeper. Yeah, I don't think there have been that many like tanky fire Pokemon. Maybe Emboar at the most. The Nuzlocke format is cancer. That is definitely an opinion based. That is definitely a very subjective opinion. If it's not for you, then it's fine, Sonny. But it's definitely not cancer. It's just a different way that people enjoy games. It's just one day randomly started doing it. Oh bless! I didn't know that was his thing. Yeah, I had fun with the Platinum one. I didn't get very far because I'm not very good at it, and I also don't really like grinding, so it obviously didn't suit me. or my playstyle. I get really bored by just sitting there like pressing the same thing over and over again to raise levels and stuff. I did Emerald and got a sick team, but the EQ-ing Groudon swept me. EQ? Oh god, there's a dragon, and I'm naked. Full stag. You don't like grinding? Yeah. Well, most of the games that I've platted don't really require that much grind. That's why I've been struggling so much to get a move on with Disgaea. Oh wait. No. Cast Fist! I tried. Earthquake, Sea. Also, hey Marius, how you doing? It's been a while. Developing a lighter set of rules for Gen 3 to 4 runs. Rip, what the fuck was that dragon? It was an immediate dragon. It was an immediate dragon. I do need to find ways to like get into grinding. Maybe find some podcasts that I'm interested in. It's just never. When I was a kid, I was really into like grinding up levels on Pokemon. I was like so scared of things being difficult that I would sit in the starting level of Pokemon Red and just be too scared, so I would just make my Pokemon fight Pokemon in like Pallet Town over and over and over again. And like I remember I got a Charizard, like my Charmeleon evolved into Charizard doing that, so I must have been there for days, and it was just like my favourite thing, and now I hate it. If you use the quickest strats, you can plat Disgaea very quickly. You have provided a very excellent guide, Pettikelly. I've saved it as a copy on my own Google Drive. I just love that, like, I'm not even at the point where I'm qualified to start your guide. It fills me with trepidation. It fills me with trepidation. Doing fine. Have you in the background while I watch the national team playing soccer? Oh, well. Hello, national team. I have 2 screens, so movie on second screen helps to grind. Fair. Well, I mean, I've got my laptop and I've got my PlayStation, so I guess I could try and do the same thing. Would also help me like catch up with movies that I've missed out on seeing. Everybody, like I've never really seen many of the classics. Maybe it's time to catch up. A couple of shots will help with grinding. A couple of shots would help me fall asleep. That's alright, Mark. If I'm around when you play again, I'll get you there in a matter of minutes. What? How? I just turn off the sound and put on some music. Yeah, I've got like a huge watch later list on. Oh god. I've got a huge watch later list on YouTube, like 1,600 videos. So I should probably make a start on those. Don't ban me. I won't ban you for that, Jim Jam. That was alright. That was alright. That was alright. Not great, but it was alright. Right, so there's a dragon and there's 2 gargoyles. Oh good. Shadow looming above. Sound is like the best part of games. That's a win in my book, yeah? You should be proud of that. It is good to have sound on for some games. I guess if you're doing it for like 20 hours, you probably get a bit sick of it. Probably better to put something else on, but like it's not the end of the world. Hope you're ready to get murdered in Among Us. Definitely, I always get voted out in Among Us. Whenever I'm not, because I'm such a tryhard and I like doing all the tasks, so whenever I'm not an imposter, people always assume that I'm an imposter because I'm like running around having fun connecting all the wires. And then when I am an imposter, I don't really know what to do if I'm by myself, so I just walk around and then get figured out straight away. I've only been the imposter a couple times though. That's sus. Oh, God. Already it begins. Especially Metroid Prime. You are a big fan of Metroid Prime. Yeah, I'm not very good at Among Us. I like hanging out with people though. I'll probably get a few drinks in me tomorrow. A few drinks in me on Saturday. And then just see how it goes. Talk some shit. Get voted out. Talk more shit in the background while everybody else is having a good time. I'm just not very good at lying. I've got the gin ready. Ah, delicious gin. I don't really like gin and tonic anymore because I had a gin incident when I was at uni and I was very sick. But I love gin and elderflower. That's wild. Pray for that liver. Pray for that liver. I'm more of a rum person now. Rum and coke. It's nice and sweet. Pretty sure there's a wisp mother nearby here. Check if full stag turns up. But why is the rum gone? Full stag? Oh no, I bet he died. Oh no, there you are. Ah, you soldier. Alcohol makes me sick like every time. When I was at uni, I managed to like slowly build up a very good tolerance. So I was never sick the whole time I was at uni, but when I left uni and stopped drinking frequently, my tolerance went right down and I didn't realise it, and then I would be sick a lot. Bacardi spiced rum and coke or Kraken dark rum and coke for me. Bacardi spiced rum and coke is really good. Really good. Oh, this is empty. Kraken rum is good. What's the one with the pirate guy on the front? What's his name? Captain Morgan's. That's right. Oh, I like Sambuca. It's good. But then again, I don't really mind aniseed, so... Wait, Sambuca's the one made out of aniseed, isn't it? No, that's a different one. I don't drink anymore, to be honest, but if I do, it goes in vodka or just cider. Can't drink beer or wine due to my allergies. Ah, fair. Cider's really good. Like, I really like fruity cider, but it makes me bloat so bad. It gives me a really bad stomachache. And then I don't want to drink anymore, so I have like 2. And then I'm done. My grandpa likes that shit. Well, I guess whatever works for you there, Mark. Like, as long as you're having fun, it's all good. All in moderation. I like to make a dessert with rum, sugar-soaked strawberries, mascarpone cream, like tiramisu and cookie crumble. I love cookie crumble. I love it. Cookies are the best. It's hard to drink a lot of ciders. I treat cider as a summer treat drink. Yeah. Like, get a bit of ice in like a nice old moot cider. Mango. Delicious mango. So what's next? Where are the other shard locations? Deep Folk Crossing, Mazulft, Radbathar. So the first one is in Arkanthams, next one is in Deep Folk Crossing, and Radbathar. The next one is in Mazulft. When we go to Mazulft, we can go with Mjol the Lioness. Cool. Hydrate. Thank you, Jim Jim. The casual coke guy. I haven't met a casual coke guy yet. Maybe people just don't tell me. It's really good and really easy. I'm gonna make brownies tomorrow. More people do it than you think. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, everybody has at least tried it. There used to be a rumour at my old job that the whole, like, 5th floor did it because they were all in sales and they needed to be, like, really peppy all the time. And it was because the toilets fucking stunk. Because apparently it gives you runs like nothing else. And that was like the rumour that everybody on 5th did heaps of coke, and that was why the toilets always smell really bad. Is he like the mysterious stranger? Put pics in disc. I will. Do you know the name of the bear in the powder snow? No? Is this a riddle? I went with a dude at a record shop that would do coke and acid before his shift. Wow. Both? The bear says, I freaking love cocaine. What do you mean? He'd have asked me if he looked okay. I never got why he wanted to do it if that was the case. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder why he, like, did like 2 different things. Night Fury! I will hydrate. Thank you, Night Fury. Yeah, I wonder why he picked 2 different things. That's a random one. I was speaking to somebody the other day who'd done like Mandy and something else. And I was like, why both? Why do you need to do both? And they were like, you know what? I did not need to do both. And I was like, okay. So we need to go to Mazulft. And we need to go to the other one. Don't mind it, but it never does anything for me. Coke and weed, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess it affects different people differently. Where is Radbathar? So we got that, there, maybe? No, it's all the way up here. Should be there. I know several casual cocaine people in real life. That's so weird. I guess it's not like how it is in like the drug adverts and stuff. You know. Doesn't necessarily become a life ruiner. So anyway, you can play video games now. That's not good, Mark. Check cursed images. I will not check that during a stream again. I will not make that mistake again. Mac as it was, yeah. Coward. Oh man, I've seen some disgusting stuff in cursed images during streams. I think I'd be sick. I had mac and cheese for dinner and I already feel sick. I've been really tired today. I fell asleep last night at like 9 PM and woke up like 1 AM feeling as though I'd had a nap. And then, oh god, the dragon's coming. And then, oh god. And then like napped on and off until 5 AM. So I technically had like 8 hours of sleep, but it was like 8 hours of naps. Felt like shit all day. So I don't feel great. I don't feel great. I can't even remember what point I was getting at with this either. I guess I just wanted to share. You tried concentrates? Oh. Too scared. It's probably a terrible thing to have. Missed out on that REM goodness. I did miss out on the REM goodness. Jim Jam, you know me so well. When you're not talking about like weird shit. Oh, I feel like we really get along. Great lift at Radbathar. Roldbathar. Can't get in. Other way. Not your body like Bud and stuff. Oh. This is like for me. I never really branched out in that way. I did Dare when I was a kid, and instead of teaching me to look at like things productively and reasonably and consider the fact that, you know, maybe people who take drugs aren't like adult criminals but are actually just normal human beings, it just taught me that to be scared of everything, which I don't think is a very productive way to look at things. Volstag! It's just far and few between. Yep. And you felt euphoria the first time. Interesting. Volstag? You died? Volstag? Oh, there he is. My boy. I remember you told me about like painting your house once, and I was like, wow, Jim Jam's a person. Coming in. Coming in. I'm being that pushy, annoying guy when it comes to that. Sorry if it seems that way sometimes. No, I don't think you're pushy. I think you're sharing your experience and you're not like telling people to do it, which is good. Which is really good. You're currently planning kitchen renovations. Nice. Are you getting a dishwasher? I'm stuck. Okay. Cool, thank you. I'll grab this stuff, and then I can help. Studded armor, braces, and something shoes. My fucking kingdom for a dishwasher. Yes, I've got a dishwasher in my current flat for the first time, I think, in my life. We didn't have a dishwasher at home when I was growing up because there wasn't any room in the kitchen. So it absolutely blew my mind that such a thing was possible. Ah, there we go. Oh, and I think he had a bow and a dagger. So I'm gonna get a hunting bow. We've got big water damage in our bath and kitchen, so we have a lot of work. Can't stream, it's so much noise. Yeah, I bet. The people who lived in the house above me moved out a few months ago, and the landlord has had to do like so many renovations that he's been in there 8 AM till 8 PM every single day for well over a month now, maybe about 6 weeks, like 7 days a week as well, so weekend as well. And it does fill me with rage when I get woken up at 8 AM on a Sunday morning by the sound of a power drill. Another neighbour went by to ask him to stop being so loud, and he was like really rude to them, and it made me too scared to say anything, so I've just quietly endured.
What was that?
First apartment didn't have one, I bought one after a year and never looked back. They're so good, aren't they? Like, the amount of time I would have wasted, and also, like, it's hard to wash a dish perfectly. I would always wash a dish and then come back to it later and see, like, smears on it or something, and I'll be like, fuck's sake. What happened to the room? I know that... I don't know. I've seen bits and pieces that they've, like, thrown out, and it just looks... It looks partially his fault. Like, I know he's had to put in double glazing because they didn't even have double glazing, but also, like, the panels and the counters and the toilet seats that they put outside were absolutely covered in, like, horrible marks and things. Like, the toilet seat was clearly white before, but it was, like, covered in brown smears, like, proper stains. It was gross. So, I guess it was, like, 50% him not making a nice house to live in, and, like, 50% them. I'm an avid abuser of the let it soak technique. I do that as well. My dad used to get so annoyed at me. Would you like to jump down this hole? We have a huge hole in the floor down to the first floor. Shortcut. Oh yeah, at least you can just... Maybe you could put like a fireman's pole in there and just like slide down. Dishwashers waste less water. Hey, I didn't know that, Peter Kelly. That's all the more reason to use one. Maybe we could get you like a nice yoga mat to drop onto, Marius. Nice comfy mat. Ooh. Oh, there's a sweet roll. Yes. Harvest the blood. Pretty sure this is locked, right? Yeah, basically. May as well be.
Huh?
Ow. Where's the hunting thing you're using? How long do you plan on streaming? Every day. I stream every day from 8 PM till 2 AM. So for another 4 hours now. Also, we got to pick a challenge. Cast death. Come on, Streamlabs. Come on, Streamlabs. Let's try again, Streamlabs. Challenge number 2. Use only magic for the next 20 minutes. Okay. Oh no! I'll go with number 2. That was the one I resigned myself to. Oh, yeah, alright. Good idea. Go on, full stag! Nice. My man! Number 19. Let's see what you picked us, Bruno. Use only a dagger to fight for the next 20 minutes. Okay, so I'll use only magic until 20 past, and then I'll use only a dagger until 22. Semi-moronic adult things, valid. Enjoy them. Elaine Dufon! Oh wait a minute, I had to kill you for the Dark Brotherhood. Oh fuck, have I ruined this now? This is a Dark Brotherhood thing. Uh oh. I'm gonna Google this. Killed Elaine Dufon early. You may need to use the console to get through it correctly. Oh. Then you're not supposed to be able to finish it because that's exactly it holds the player accountable for their actions. People don't get there. I did kill Elaine before the quest. So when I talked to Murray, I told her I killed him beforehand, so I did not enter any sort of contract with her, and she didn't pay me. The quest resumes normally after that. Okay. I don't know if I've goofed. Let's go and talk to Murray now. Let's go and talk to Murray now because on Google it says that other people have done this by accident as well. So it could be a case that the game has accounted for it. I mean, it probably hasn't. It never does, but... Where is it? Let's go and talk to Moiri. Put your glasses on. Hey, Baker! Where are my glasses? Let me go and find my glasses. I'm gonna watch some weeb shit. Enjoy watching Prison School or whatever it is. Join the Stormcloaks. I think Moiri's all the way over here. And if we've done goofed, then I'll reload. But I'd rather not reload. Hey, Pedicalli, I see you're a man of culture as well. Yep.
Why are you looking at me like the Dark Brother? Oh.
Of course.
My goodness, you're really here. What I need? What
I already killed him.
Elaine is... I'm grateful. Well, dead is dead, right? My thanks
okay, perfect.
Assassin.
Captain Cyber. How you doing?
Pay for the job.
Whenever you enter the map, you look like a ghost. Well, I am a ghost. Right, she gave me 100 bob for that, so I guess I just get a reduced reward. Let's go back to Elaine. Roll Bathar. Hydrate. Thank you, I will. You guys are keeping me hydrated today. Water tastes like so ugly. I shan't forget the glasses. Well, I'll take a break now so I can go and refill my water and grab my glasses, but I'll be right back. found them. They were next to my bed. Whoa! Once got a recommendation for an anime in which a superpower is based on metal, which I found interesting. Powers happen to be quite cool, like the magnesium dude was the fastest since it's the lightest metal. I think it even had the bright white burning or some other properties. It was so absurdly stupid and not worth watching. How so? How do you define stupid? I remember watching like a really cool anime and it was called something like Dead Man Wonderland. And when I was a kid, when I was like 14, I thought it was the shit. And it was about these people who could like... They were like bloodbenders. They could injure people with their own blood and stuff, so they'd have to cut themselves, but then they could turn like their blood into like icicles that would like shoot out at things, which was really cool. But it wasn't renewed for a second season, and like in retrospect, I think it was probably not very good, but I definitely thought it was really good at the time.
Someone there?
All right, how does that work, Petty Kelly? Are we talking like softcore porn or? That came out 8 years ago. What, Dead Man Wonderland? Huh. Really? Oh, so I would have been about 16. Huh. Well, I thought it was the shit. I thought it was the absolute shit. Can I turn this off? I'm pretty sure I can. I just watched Is It Wrong to Pick Up a Girl in a Dungeon and I liked it. I guess I can kind of guess the premise of it. They drink milk from people that shouldn't have any. What? It's definitely good, especially the cage scene where they take their you-know-what. I don't remember anything about it anymore. I just remember that in like the opening scene there was somebody who like dropped down outside the window and like killed this guy's whole class and he didn't know who it was, but he got blamed for it. And then he went to the theme park and I think Tokyo had been swallowed in like this into like this big sinkhole. So like the prison system was now used for profit, to gain the funds back to like fix shit. And I guess they... Well, yeah, they would put like tournaments on with like betting and things and get people with these crazy powers to fight instead of do anything useful with it. Goblin Slayer. It's definitely where they take their organs. Oh my god, that's... Wait, so why do they take their organs? I don't remember that. Yeah, I just said Dead Man Wonderland. I just said Dead Man Wonderland. I'm pretty sure I introduced it as Dead Man Wonderland. I was like, I've watched this anime called Dead Man Wonderland, and you were like, you're talking about Dead Man Wonderland. It was a prison game. Really? Oh. I barely remember that anime anymore. I just remember that I thought it was actually really fucking good. And then I don't think it was renewed or something. I read the manga of Dead Man Wonderland. The anime adaptation was a letdown compared. Was it actually? Because I thought the anime adaptation was really good, so if it was a letdown then I bet the manga was great. Huh. So how long did the manga run on? Did the manga finish?
This ends now.
Carnival Stag! The mangas are always better. Yeah, I used to read a lot of manga. I really liked Frank and Fran. I like everything Junji Ito's like ever done.
Wait, how about your coin?
Hey Maverick, we are talking weird shit. How you doing, man? National team lost. Damn it, Marius. I can't relate to your rage, but I support you. Manga was smoother. The manga did finish, even had a decent ending in my opinion. I should read the manga. I'm not really one for anime anymore because I don't really like a lot of the tropes in anime. I get very frustrated watching it, but manga I'll read. I think I just burnt out watching things like Naruto, just having like all the filler, all the episodes where like they clearly needed to wait for the manga to catch up with them, so the episodes were just like flashbacks to previous episodes. The Giant Insect Island anime, what? Then when finished, the ending was written by a different guy as the original author died. Oh my god! Was it old age? How did they die? High School of the Dead died too. Aw, that's horrible. I wish they finished High School of the Dead. Another case of author dying. But how? Ow! You do realise High School of the Dead is a trashy manga with over-sexualised girls, right? Yes, I've seen High School of the Dead. It's the reason I stopped watching anime. That doesn't mean I don't feel sad when the author dies. Like, he's just a human. Or she. It's usually frowned upon in Japan to continue the work of a dead person. Yeah, I suppose, like, you have no idea what their original intentions were unless they spell it out to you explicitly, so... You're probably not going to do it the way that the original author would have wanted it to go. Yeah, I stopped watching anime because of High School of the Dead. It just made me really uncomfortable. Like, I watched it through one time, and because I was on a real zombie hype at the time, I was really interested in that kind of thing. I really enjoyed it the first time, and then I watched it again, and because like all of the zombie stuff wasn't new to me anymore, I was like watching it, and I paid more attention to like the characters and stuff, and I just found it so like uncomfortable. I can't really put a word on it, it just made me feel like a bit sick, and I didn't really enjoy it. It's still my favourite as a child. Matrix boobs. Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't mind fan service for like the sake of fan service. Like, people like tits and ass. Like, I'm not going to pretend that people don't like tits and ass. And it's not really tits and ass that I had a problem with. It was just more the way that they like. I guess it just. I haven't seen that many harem animes. Maybe it was a harem anime trope. That I only uncovered during High School of the Dead, but I just found it very uncomfortable. Yeah, the story was good. The fan service was fine. It was a bit cringe, but it was fine. I think just being a girl, like watching that, I was like, some of the things that happened, I was like, that's really uncomfortable. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. I guess it was kind of a male fantasy, you know, but it was just a bit salty at points. Imagine seeing a sucky movie and then stop watching movies. Well, I'm sorry if you don't like that, Peter Kelly, but that's just how it was for me. I'm sorry if that frustrates you. I mean, it doesn't matter to you that I've stopped watching anime. It's not the end of your life. Don't worry about it. Don't dwell on it. Also, a lot of animes aren't particularly great. I mean, some of them are very good. Some of them are like, you know, absolute classics, absolute staples. Even if you watch anime or not, you should watch them. Some of them are a bit tropey and a bit annoying. Like Attack on Titan. The first episode was incredible, and then after that, I thought it was really bad. Hey, Guza, how you doing? School of the Dead is just cringe. It is. It is. I prefer dark animes, but not like cringe dark. Like, oh fuck with that kind of dark animes. Yeah, I think there are some animes that I've seen that have been really, really interesting. Like I read, what was it called? It was about, at least you're not a Berserk fan. Thanks. What was it called? It was called, I watched D Grey Man. I liked D Grey Man. I hate this place. Yeah, same. Dwarven ruins are stressful. Yeah, I'd be like writhing on the ground in agony if I had to wait years and years for another chapter of Berserk or something to come out. Oh wait, I'm still supposed to be using magic. Watch out, Volstagg, you muppet! I thought you were going to attack me. The Berserk manga is top fucking tier, but I don't know if it'll ever get finished. Yeah, it sounds like it's been going on for a really long time.
I'd like to see how it works.
D. Like, even I've heard of the boat. I don't know much about Berserk at all, but I know about the boat. Oh dear. All I know about Berserk is that the guy who made Bloodborne is like, no, the guy who made Dark Souls, Miyazaki, is like obsessed with it, so he based loads of Dark Souls stuff off it. That's literally it for me, I think. There we go. The one you watched and liked. Oh, D Grey Man? It was really interesting. I can't remember specifically anymore. I had a lot of the manga. It was like, when people die, the people who mourn them are obviously like in this horrible, depressed state. And when they're at their lowest moment, they get visited by this guy who's like basically Satan. But he looks adorable. He looks like this. He kind of looks like Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas, but he's got like bunny ears, and he's like, I can bring them back for you if you do like one thing for me or something, or if you like give yourself to me. And then he kind of tricks them, so he doesn't bring them back. He brings back their body, but it's possessed by a demon. And the demon like lives off the person's misery. And it was really good. And basically there are some hunters that have to go around and find them and kill them. Thanks, Guza. That doesn't get picked very often, you might be relieved to know. One of the equipment marks in Bloodborne is the same one that Guts has on his neck. Yeah, I've heard of that. Like, there's loads of very direct references. Sure thing. Right, Gooza's redeemed run an ad, so I'm gonna run an ad. Enjoy it. The Hunter Emblem, Sacrificial Brand, and then there's Guts, Dragon Slayer in every Dark Souls game. Yep. Thank you, Gooza. Hey, Petty. Go on, Volstagg, kill him. Yeah, I always use the Guts sword in Dark Souls 2. Hey! Don't do that. More of a slab of iron. Oh, Goosey, you're the only one who got an ad. That's poetic. I'm sorry for your loss.
This ends now.
But I'm saving the 50k. No, fair enough. I can only run an ad every 21 minutes anyway, so... That was well spent. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm pretty sure I've opened enough chests now. We just need to pickpocket more people. And then we should get a nice fat trophy. It's just really hard to remember to bother. Is the audio off? No. If you love Dark Fantasy and general atmosphere of the Souls games, read Berserk. I should. I saw one episode of Berserk. Which is where like this big blood moon thing happens and something really horrible happens to a girl and this guy like turns into this big Batman ripoff and it was very haunting and very disgusting, so maybe I would like it. Oh, thank you for the bits, Gooza! The eclipse, yes, it was an eclipse. It was really cool, like the visuals were really fun. The enemies looked really cool. I really like the hopelessness of it. That was really compelling. I like that kind of thing. It was really horrible watching people get eaten though. That made me feel sick. Wow, that was quite a drop. Yeah, 23, yeah. Well, I'm not opposed to anime. Maybe I expressed myself a bit too intensely before. Like, I'm not opposed to anime. But I don't, like, I used to watch it very religiously, and I used to watch a lot of different series, but now I don't really touch it at all. But if I hear something really good, or if I, like, hear about a really good movie, I'll probably watch it. That wasn't the worst part. Oh, God. Okay. Well, nice. I guess we can all chat about that when I've enjoyed it. Oh, I definitely came to help there, Volstagg. If you want to watch Berserk, watch the OG manga, all the Golden Age movies, but you should really read it. Okay. I'd watch anime if I'd find something worth watching. Fair enough. I do get, like, super turned off by certain animes now. Like, if they've got too many, like, annoying tropes where it's just like an episode of gasping dramatically or something, I'll stop watching it. I like ones where the manga is like not only long since out, but also finished. So when they make them, where the manga is like not only long since out but also finished. So when they come to make the anime, they've got like the exact source material they need. They can pace the episodes really well. What do these do? Ow! They hurt me. Tropes are biggest offenders for you. I really hate like time wasting. I really hate when they do. Oh, thank you for the bits, Guza. You've been very kind today. Like for example, in Attack on Titan, there were like whole episodes of just like arguments and the same speech being said over and over again, but from different angles with like different shouty voices. I really hate that. I'm like, just say it and then get on with it. I really hate flashback episodes where they just show you scenes from previous episodes, but with like a sepia tone filter over the top. I really hate like internal monologue episodes where it's just 20 minutes of a character just like talking to themselves. Just stuff where you can see like they need to make some time up before the next installment of the manga comes out, but they don't know what to do with it. Have you seen Claymore? My hairdresser recommended Claymore to me. He's obsessed with it. He loves it. Basically everything wrong with Naruto. Naruto was pretty bad for that. I really liked Naruto because I really liked the characters. So I guess, well, I mean, I stopped watching Naruto about halfway through Shippuden and never went back to it because of that problem. But I found a lot of animes had that as well. I find sometimes animes like fetishize like abusive relationships, particularly abusive women. Like people like Sakura from Naruto, they tend to do a lot of that, like tsundere characters that are basically just like abusive women. I don't really like that if they're like the love interest, because I'm like, I watched one and it was called like, it was called like Angel Chan or something like that, and she had a mace and she found a boy that she fancied or something, and she would like beat him to death with her mace and like physically kill him and then like just resurrect him. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like the fact that they made her out to be like really adorable and stuff when she was like physically beating him, I was like, you're really normalizing this. It was very uncomfortable. Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan! Oh my god! Yes! Oh, see you soon, Guza. Sorry I missed that. You sleep tight. Thank you for coming by today. It was good to see you. They got rails on the wall that move up and down the battlements. It's so dumb. It always makes me angry. I love that that's your nitpick. Yeah, things like that. Like, Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan is the worst one I ever saw, but there are so many animes like that where it's like, oh, look at this like adorable little girl. Like, she's really sweet and she really loves him and she's gonna beat the shit out of him. Because I'm like, that's just a recipe for disaster. Like, so many men or women are gonna watch shows like that and then grow up thinking that that's like a completely normal, acceptable thing to do. A really normal, acceptable thing to do to like their partners and stuff. And I don't know. I find it really awful. That show was fun. Isn't there a 7-year-old built like a porn star? I didn't see that far into it. I only saw a couple of episodes. A girl at school was like obsessed with it. She was like, oh my god, look how cute Dokuro-chan is. She's like so sweet. And I was like, that's abuse. Like, even as like a 14, 15-year-old, I was like, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. Running out still pissing. I guess that's funny. I guess it depends, you know. Like if that was like a one-off joke where somebody burst into the bathroom and like all the boys ran out pissing, I'd probably find that really funny. But because she's like an abuser, it makes it a bit like harassy. I'm gonna rule out most rom-coms. Yeah, like I think that's one of the reasons I really like started to fall out with anime. I was just watching stuff like that. Acting out all the tropes, she'd even hit people. Yeah, like people thinking it's alright to physically beat other people and physically hit other people because they saw a cute anime girl do it. I'm like, that's just a recipe for disaster. Alright, Senshi, how you doing? And then there's obviously like the alternative. where it's like male on female abuse, which I think there was a bit of in High School of the Dead. There was this bit where the girl with the long purple hair is getting a bit bloodlusty, and the guy responds by like physically groping her without like any sign of interest from her, and he like physically grabs her, and I was like, wow, that's nice. Hey, Joker. I was just talking about some of the things I don't like about anime, like abusive women and stuff. And then I saw another one, and it was called... What was it called? It was about... The premise was funny. The premise was funny because, basically... it was like, in this universe, if you were a virgin, you had cat ears, which was like, kind of cute. Like, people who hadn't lost their virginity had cat ears. I don't remember what it was called, but there was a really young boy. He was like 13 or something. He was like 13, he was like in school, and like a 27-year-old man takes an interest in him. What was it called? What was it called? It was really uncomfortable. I mean, it was just pedophilia, basically, but like romanticized as like adorable gay anime. Loveless! Yes, it was Loveless. And I used to see lots of fan art about it, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Hey, Nerd Shrink, how you doing? Anime was a mistake, it was, yeah. It made me so uncomfortable. I was like, that's a boy, that's a young boy. Like, please stop. And I think he chases him around like for the whole season, and then at the end of the season the boy loses his cat ears, so like the implication is that he's taken his virginity, and regardless of like legality per country, it was really uncomfortable. Hellsing was good. I had my morning coffee at 4 p.m. Senshi, what happened today? A lot of fan art is so perverse, like all the casual pedo stuff. Yeah, like they really, really romanticize some very like troubling power dynamics. I feel like this is just one of like the more, like, I say I stopped watching anime because of High School of the Dead, but it was probably more like all of these things that the more I noticed it, the more that I would see it everywhere. And I was like in a circle of friends that really enjoyed those kinds of animes, so you guys talking about things like Claymore, you guys talking about things like Berserk, those weren't animes that I was introduced to when I was younger. So the ones that I saw made me really uncomfortable, you know? So I guess I would have found some really enjoyable ones if I stuck around, but I didn't. Hand over your weeb card. I do not have a weeb card. Psychopaths. I've heard of that one. Especially because Japanese teens are herbivores. What does that mean? Anime is male gaze, the genre. Nerd Shrink, I think you've really hit the nail on the head there. 100%. Like, because oftentimes when you read characters, like women that are abusive in anime, like Sakura, not even in anime, like Yennefer and Triss in The Witcher are two very, like, unkind people. Yeah, they're abusive, but like a man has written them on his own terms in a way that he consents to, you know, like when Triss does that really horrible thing to Geralt, I guess Andre's written it because like he consents to it. In his mind it's a fantasy for him. And in that context it's fine, but the fact that people read that and then think it's normal because it was like sexualized is where I'd take issue with it. Because like people writing, like the guy writing Sakura probably wrote it based on his impression of like a cute girl, but people watching it, seeing her like physically beat Naruto whenever he like voices his opinion and stuff, are getting like the wrong idea of what a healthy relationship should be, and that's why I don't like it. It's very poorly written, yeah. The series was inspired by several live-action films. Chief director Katsuyuki Motohiro aimed to explore psychological themes in society's youth using dystopian storylines. Multiple books and movies influenced Psycho-Pass, with the most notable being Blade Runner. That's really interesting. I've definitely heard of Psycho-Pass, but I've not seen anything about it. Classic ones that are cold at first but gradually soften up. I think I just take a bit of umbrage with Tsundere characters because, like, people who like you shouldn't be horrible to you, even if they're like too shy to admit their feelings. Like, being really nasty to somebody openly is a dangerous precedent to set. And I think it makes people more, especially men, I think it makes men more, what's the word I'm looking for, like, more receptive to abuse, because to them, they're like, oh, she's just tsundere, like, she might soften up as time goes by, she might start to be nice to me one day, she's just doing this because she likes me, and like, actually, you know, she probably isn't, you know. I don't know. I found a lot of that kind of thing really uncomfortable. Have you seen Gantz? No, I've never heard of Gantz. If you see anything about it, it would be a major spoiler. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, there were a bunch of reasons why I stopped watching anime. It was mainly those kinds of things. Go back and forth between Sun and Dede, typically to suit writing purposes. As a couples therapist, there are just so many tropes in media, anime for sure, but not just anime, that lead to idiotic standards for what an ideal relationship should look like and what things are acceptable because sex is involved. Yes! I didn't know you were a couples therapist, that's really interesting. Yeah, I definitely normalized a lot of things. Like, in my formative years, when I was first getting into relationships and stuff, I would just see behavior and I would like normalize it in my own mind, 100%. And I definitely allowed more things to happen than I should have. And obviously, like, I broke up with them, you know. I would like cut things off. Things would be fine, and things are fine now. But I definitely allowed things. Probably because of the kind of media I was watching when I was growing up. Cool, we can go back to Bo now. I just need to roll as another challenge. Pick a challenge. So I'm very hesitant to watch those kinds of shows, and it's more noticeable now. Turn off your HUD for the next 30 minutes. Great. Hey, Hayden Gray, how are you? People who have recently died are brought back to life and supplied with high-tech weapons in order to defeat an army of monsters in Tokyo and Osaka. Wow, that's a really interesting premise, actually. Gantz also depicts its main character as cringy, harassy dude, but he kind of realises how pathetically he behaves towards that one girl. At that point, it lost me a little, so probably you'd not enjoy it. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I really like it when self-aware... Oh god, I can't aim with this. I really like it when animes are self-aware. Hayden, thank you so much for the follow. Nice to meet you. Glad you enjoyed the stream. I lagged out right after you started responding. No! Which bit did you hear? I can repeat if you require. Most people are some degree of asshole. Yeah, like, from what I understand of Berserk, like, the characters aren't perfect, but nobody needs to be perfect. And I wouldn't expect anybody to be perfect. You know, characters have flaws, humans have flaws. I don't have problems with people who have flaws, but I guess it's when they, like, romanticize those flaws that I, kind of struggle to get invested in it. Or, like, when those flaws are passed off as normal. Like Sakura, like, beating the shit out of Naruto and stuff. Or, like, Sasuke and Sakura getting together, even though he treats her like shit. is also another one. I was like, why did you do that? But apparently the creator of Naruto said that he regretted that, so it's kind of alright. But, you know, stuff like that. Wow, this is so weird not being able to see stuff. Oh no, now I'm over encumbered. Don't want you to keep asking you to put yourself. Fair enough. Hayden, I've been good I guess, but depression has been kicking my butt. My parents think they know all about me, but when I walk upstairs, because I didn't go to school and they think I've been mentally okay. Parents can sometimes, like, feel like they know best. And when you want to be left alone, sometimes the last thing you want is somebody chasing you around. I'm really sorry you have to go through that. It's very difficult to tell a parent to leave you alone as well, because sometimes I feel like the more you ask a parent to give you some space, the less space they want to give you. I'm really sorry that you have to deal with that, Hayden. I don't have any. I'm not a professional. I don't have any like particular advice or anything that I would give you. But you know, I certainly don't know you either, so I can't make any judgments about what's going on. But I'm sorry that you're going through that. I'm sorry. Is there anybody at school you can talk to about the depression that you're feeling? Is there anybody, anybody trusted at school that you could speak to? Oh, sorry, nerd. Sorry, nerd. That's fair enough. How was work today, nerd? How's life? The point is they aren't perfect. The more pious the person, the worse they tend to be. Depths of human depravity and all that. I love those kinds of shows, Maverick. Like, I really love like an imperfect main character that learns and grows, and even bad guys that are like shades of grey. I think that's really interesting. As long as it's not glorified by the TV show, then it's fine by me, you know? See if I can enjoy the stream with everybody. Well, I hope that you can. Hayden. It avoids many of the tropes you listed. Oh, what is it, Sonny? Hey, Sega, how you doing? I've got to go. This laggy crap is killing me. I'll pop back in later to the stream. Alright, see you soon, nerd. Setsuan no Tempest. Alright, what's that? Nothing is overly glorified in Berserk. Everything sucks. Yeah, that's perfect. That's 100% perfect to me. Yeah, I don't doubt Berserk's quality at all. I have heard a lot about it. It seems to be like a very real human examination. So for me, I think that's completely fine. And it definitely doesn't really cover any of the tropes that I take issue with. So came to be jealous because I can't play video games. What's up, Sega? Don't even want to go upstairs and get my food. It's bad right now. I'm fat and I love food, so we'll see how long I can last. Oh, if you're hungry, you should eat, Hayden. I know you probably hear it a lot. If you're hungry, you should eat, but it's really important to eat. Out of Touch Thursday exists, so maybe anime gave us one good thing. What's Out of Touch Thursday? And there's no beach episode! Oh my god, imagine if there was though, Maverick. Imagine if there was. Berserk has some pretty gruesome but realistic depictions of the Inquisition and of medieval Western and Arabic civilization. I mean, that sounds really interesting. I know that there are some, like, absolute gems in anime. Things like Berserk. You know, nothing but respect for those. No video games for a whole year? Sega! You shouldn't punch your dad. I feel like your dad wants the best for you, and he probably doesn't understand what you're going through. But he doesn't deserve to be lashed out at, Hayden. Cowboy Bebop. I've heard about that. I've heard that the first episode of Cowboy Bebop is really, 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 really solid. The way they introduce the main character, it's in like a corner shop, isn't it? Like the shop's getting held up. Because I know that Ruby tried to do that too and did it really badly. Huh? Set to Out of Touch every Thursday. Don't watch it, read it. I still gotta watch Ghost in the Shell. Sorry. I don't mean to mess up the semantics. Can we not talk about Ruby? We can talk about Ruby in the context that we can criticize it. I mean, I only mentioned it offhand. I've only seen the first episode of it. BB, if anyone here that hasn't followed, highly recommend follow. Oh, thank you, Hayden. That's really kind. I appreciate that. To be fair, I am now 1 follower away from 900. So if you want to be that special number, if you want to bring me that milestone, I would heartily recommend. I'd be mighty grateful. Right, what else do we need to do? I'm here for the video of Witcher 3's tits and nothing else. But no! Project, you're back! Project, how do you find me? I'm sorry, Project, I'm on the precipice. Like, I'm excited. Ruby was crap, I didn't like it. I heard that a lot, Joker. I heard that a lot. A lot of people seem to be very frustrated with it. How you doing, Birchie? How's Worcester? I watched H-Bomber Guy talk about it for like 2 hours, and I was like, cool. I now know everything that I need to know. My only complaint is for my uni goal, you must be at least 0.5 out of 2 million students. How achievable is that? Honestly, after Monty died, it went downhill fast. Ah. I heard that it got... I know that it got some compliments on like season 5 or like season 4, but that's the only time I've heard it to be complimented. It's pretty cold. How are you in London, bruv? Also pretty cold, bruv. It's pretty cold. I slept in my full outfit yesterday. Also, look at my top. Neo. Monty was the soul of Ruby. Aw, I don't even remember who Monty was. That's how much of an impression that had of me. The animes I like are like Fairy Tail, Naruto, Bleach, SAO, those sort of animes. Oh, I used to really like Naruto and Bleach. Let's make this fanship canon despite no build-up whatsoever. Ah, I know that one. Yeah, Kelly, it's a bit of a random one. Favorite anime is no contest. Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Oh my god, I loved that anime. I watched a bit of that, and I had some of the manga as well. I really liked Katekyo Hitman. It was really good. A backwards Mario? What are you talking about, Birch? It's the first of the main team. Red, white, blue, yellow. And each of them are based on like fairy tales. Sword Art Online. Yes! I've heard of Sword Art Online, but I forget about the thingy. Ruby, Weiss, Blake and Yang, but also red, white, blue and yellow, right? But also. Okay, now it's Muzzleft. Let's go to speak to Mjol. I wish Fongola Primo was my father. Or Reborn. Reborn was great. I watched that anime years and years and years ago. To the point where I don't remember the names of the characters, but there was the guy who had like all the explosives. And there was also like that big cutie. And there was a beach episode, and he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Very vague, very vague. Yeah, the baby gangster guy. How do you feel about the new trophy layout? It was very weird going from level 17 to level 304. I don't know if I feel like it's cheapened, but maybe it's something. Maybe it's a perspective that I'll get as time goes on. Where's Mjol? Oh god. There's been an incident. Mjol's here.
You're a strange dog. Safe travels.
Fanships all the way. You know it. But apparently the people who made Ruby were like huge fans of Cowboy Bebop, and they tried to do the first episode based on Cowboy Bebop and like basically copy the entire format, but they sort of like missed the point.
I've been adventuring across town.
Reborn started out fine, but it more or less stagnated. Apparently the manga and the anime ended in 2 very different ways as well. Yes, Kelly.
And all points in between. Many years ago,
Gokudera was the bomb. Gokudera, yes!
I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune.
I remember Gokudera.
That's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain.
How have you been, Birch?
My fortune comes from
How's life?
gratitude and trust. It was lost years ago in Advent.
Well, oh wait, I already asked you. Ignore.
Without
disregard.
I feel
Sorry.
almost as defenseless as a newborn.
Well, have you been playing anything good
I'll
lately,
ever be able
Birch?
to find
Have
a
you been
replacement.
playing anything fun?
I couldn't ask you to undertake such a treacherous journey. It would be a fool's errand.
A
but
fool's
I see that
errand.
spark in your eye. and I know better than to warn you away.
Can't see a thing.
Grimsever rests
Welcome
within
to the
Dwemer ruin
NHK's
on the
male
Stinchel.
fantasy written with some thought.
Tread carefully, friend.
NHK.
Those same ruins almost took my life.
Northern Asylum, Keeman.
I was adventuring in the depths of the ruins when I was attacked by a massive construct, like nothing I had ever seen. When the
I'm really
Colossus
bad
struck,
with acronyms.
Grimsever was knocked
I
from
was going to
my
give you a whole
grasp,
life story
and
then.
I
You
was
can give me a whole
wounded
life
badly.
story if you want, Birch. I'd
It was
read
only
it.
through
I'd enjoy
blind
it.
luck that I was able to crawl away
Catch Get Hit
from
When
the
Reborn was
Dwemer
magical for me. It
abomination
used to
and
be
make my
like...
way to the surface.
It used to be like
must
pseudo
have
now, more of a
collapsed,
primo man
because
myself.
the next thing
I
I
don't remember
remembered
enough about it
was
to talk
Ellie
about it,
standing over
but I
me,
know that I
bleeding
loved
to
it.
my wounds.
Bitch can't handle a centurion. Poor woman.
Safe travels.
Apparently if you marry her, this guy just moves into your house and sleeps in your bed. I'd be like, get out. Slice of life type stuff. Oh, slice of life type stuff seems sweet if it's interesting.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something.
Oh, it's so difficult without the HUD. I don't know where I'm going. I guess that's the point. But we only have 6 more minutes with it, so... I haven't played Skyrim for a fucking time. I need to get back into it at some point. I'm just playing Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima's got that online update later this month, right? With like new trophies and things, so I'll be back on that soon as well. Welcome to the NHK revolves around the life of Tatsuhiro Sato, the 22-year-old hikikomori who hasn't got a job and feels that the world around him is a conspiracy controlled by the NHK. Oh, that is interesting.
Should I join it up?
I gotta drag my PS4 upstairs to play that. You do. You do gotta drag your PS4. Where's Mazulft? You need New Game Plus for Tsushima. That's coming out with the update, isn't it? I think I saw it. I can't remember specifically though. So Mazulft is here. So let's first travel to Stony Creek Cave. I wonder what the new trophies are going to be. I wonder if it's going to be like with Horizon Zero Dawn, where you get a trophy for playing through on like the hardest mode. I'm interested in what GOT Online is going to be. Hopefully it's fun. Signed the contract on the remodel today, so by this time next week we'll be quite a few walls. Are you doing like big open plan then? What was you playing earlier and how was it? I was playing Dante's Inferno earlier. I played a bit of Dishonored. I did a couple of the Dishonored DLC trials. They're very difficult. I knew there was going to be a fucking dragon. I can't see. Go away. I was playing a bit of Dishonored. That was really good. And then I was playing Dante's Inferno. So they recently put the servers back up. So I've been doing the trials of Lucia, and they are really hard. You have to do all 25 single-player trials, and they are insane. There are some training trials, which are quite easy, but the non-training trials are really hard. I was stuck on the second one for about 4 hours. This must be Muzzled. It was unbelievably harrowing. I had infinite lives. Hey, Shinobu's Mods, how you doing? I had infinite lives. This is Muzzled. Yeah, I had infinite lives, and there were 25 rounds, and each round had a really, really difficult premise. And I was just stuck in it forever, and loads of it was RNG based. But now I need to find a co-op partner to do the actual 2-player trials. There are 15 of those. I know Bruno's looking at getting the game, but if any of you have it, let me know. Let me know. Walls were OSB, so we're having it replaced with drywall. OSB. Time to rip the Mongols a new one again. Pinnacle, it's Dante's Inferno. Remember on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. Shigarui was kind of good. It's a gritty, brutal samurai anime. Interesting. Oh wait, this should be a body nearby, right? No. I do have Devil May Cry 4 though. I guess they're kind of similar in combat. How you doing, Shinobi? Having a good evening? I'm trying to socialise. We're good. I bought a new toy over the week when I was in Oniton near Mansfield. What did you get? It's 3 minutes until I can put the HUD back on. I am blinded by the lights.
Dwarven,
You're right.
I think.
There's a guy named Dante who turns demons into paste. Yeah, yeah. So I guess in that way they are basically just the same game. The joke is that both take from Dante's Divine Comedy. Is that even a joke, or is that not just an observation? A vape machine needs to stop smoking. Nice. I'm glad you're making a positive change. I am terrified of smoking. Cancer runs in my family. quite thoroughly. So I've always been very scared of anything related to nicotine. It's always good. It's always good to hear when people are making a difference. Same. Ah, Birch, I think we bonded over this before. Twinnies. Also, it's better for like lung capacity and all sorts. I really hope that the transition to stopping smoking is easy for you. Heard the internet can give you cancer as well. Oh, Peter Kelly, no! I love the internet. Sisters! Maybe I go up at the top there. Only if you're in California. California got that special internet. Cringed a bit then. Oh, good. Cool. That's 30 minutes. Kid in my class dared me to smoke from a pack to 2 cigs a day. I quickly League of Legends and 2 MMO RPGs, so it was easy to accept. You're just like so stressed. Find it easier to mountain climb on third-person camera. Well, whatever suits you, I guess, Sonny. Welcome back, Hayden. How are you doing? Whee! Oh wait, there is actually just nothing up here. Oh great. Suddenly Death Stranding. Yes, lovely. How are we supposed to get in here then? You done GTA yet? No. I am level 37 in GTA now. Oh, I need a key. Now I understand. Did you see what I recommended in chat? No, what did you recommend? Oh yeah, no, I saw what you said in chat. That was really nice. Thank you very much. That was really kind of you. No, GTA, I am about level 38. I've gotten about 20 Platinum Awards from doing various co-op things. Oh, maybe we go in here, fair enough. I have done like a bunch of the level-related trophies. I just need to get to level 100, which is going to take a long time. Dr. House or Dr. Lightman? I only know Dr. House. Alright, what would you pick, Sega? Ooh. But yeah, I got a lot left to do on GTA. I'm gonna do Dishonored and Dante's Inferno, and then I'm gonna do Disgaea 5, and then I'm gonna carry on with GTA. Hacked lobby in it. If I go into a hacked lobby and they give me all the trophies, I'll get flagged on PSN profiles. You're gonna do your very giant good deed today. Okay, I'm curious. I'm curious, Hayden. Yeah, on GTA, PSN profiles has whitelisted the trophies for get to level 100 and for get to level 100 and survive for an hour with a bounty on your head. So if I get those, it's fine, but if I get any of the others, I'll get flagged. I have not been careful with this. You finally cancelled PAX Unplugged. Good, what took them so long? I want to be a doctor and go to forensics, so both. Ooh, forensics, that's cool. That's bullshit, it is bullshit. But I guess the thing is, like, if a hacker gives you a trophy, there's probably no way for them to know whether or not you got it by accident or on purpose, so I think they just blanket ban it. Hamburger that has different when you're depressed is called a hamburger with ketchup, and... What? A hamburger that has different when you're depressed is called a hamburger with ketchup and red hot sauce and chips on the side and chips on the burger. Wait, so when you're depressed, that's the hamburger you eat? Or... I need to really sell some of this. It's supposed to be first week in December. It's just something I just realised. Oh, well, fair enough. It's supposed to be first week in December, and Philly had cancelled all large events through the end of the year anyway. Oh, it's weird that they got away with that for so long. Well, not got away with that, but you know what I mean. Fair enough, Aiden.
I suppose the warmth in this place comes from all the hot steam vents.
Thanks for the insight, Wolsteg. So I'm pretty sure that was the last place that we needed the Ethereum shard from as well. So now I need to find out where to go and hand it in. It's so weird that the quest didn't start. It's so strange. So now that we've got all of the... items, Deep Crossing resolved. Upon consulting Catria's journal, the 5th point shows the forge to be the west of the Lake Honric.
Please help me. I'm going to lose my job at the Rift and Fishery.
I didn't ask, but okay. Okay, it's in Basolft or whatever.
I really need your help. I don't want to lose my job.
Good idea, now that you mentioned that if I eat it every day I'm depressed. I do not, but that is a very good idea. Well, I mean, it's definitely bad to eat whatever you want when you're depressed. It's something I used to do a lot.
This doesn't tell me much. The only thing that could identify
when I was having like a stressful time, or when I was like feeling low, I would like treat myself. And it definitely built some bad habits. Thank you, Butch. I would hug you if I could. It definitely builds bad habits. But it would be hypocritical of me to like
There's also the matter of your pain.
Judge for it. Well, I wouldn't judge anyway, but...
I believe you'll find this more than adequate for your soul.
It would definitely be hypocritical of me to, like, postulate about it.
Out of my way.
We in, boys. We are... What? It's true, but I only do it very rarely for that reason. That's good. That's good. Everything in moderation, you know? Grimo, Birch. Grimo.
If you're looking for anything to sell for a fair
It's
price,
Bursey Honeyhand. Why are your hands so sticky, Bursey? Because I've come. You cool. You're... Alright, you're pretty cool.
Fine jewelry here.
You gonna buy? Take a look.
Aegis Bane. I need to sell heavier things than this. Oh. Oh. That's sus. Hey! But it's looking pretty sus. This fucking vampire sucks. What sucks about vampires? Oh, now we can go... Oh wait, in 25 minutes we can go back to what we were wearing before. Hydrate. Thank you, Baker. It's Baker from the Great Beyond. Here to remind me to drink my water. They got pretty hot ones. Serrano's pretty great.
Greetings, honored friend.
The more you feed, the more normal you are, right? Yeah.
Everything I've got on display, really. Safe travels, Landstrider.
Benor!
Come
oh no,
to
this
see
is Balamon.
What brings you to Balamon today? Repair? Purchase?
Serana was supposed to be a marriage candidate. She was supposed to be marriable, and I think they couldn't quite get it to work. So they gave her like this really lovely writing, and they made her like grow and change over the course of the story, and they made her like interesting and compelling and even a bit flirty. And then they couldn't get it to work, so they just cut the marriage option out. So you build like such a good relationship with this character, and it's like the only one in the game that you can't marry. And I'm like, what? Why would you do this? Every time you feed, you increase the vampire stage. Okay, right. I think they have that in Oblivion as well. That vampire vagina. Wow, I don't think you could have said that any sexier, honestly. Most NPCs will refuse to talk to you. Oh, I think in Oblivion it's if you wait 4 days. I think in Oblivion if you wait 4 days it's like that. Welcome back, Mark and Medraud! How you doing, Medraud? My brother had a great time playing Oblivion. He became a vampire and didn't know how to deal with it, so he just accepted it and adapted to his new life. I mean, in Oblivion, if you want to do the quest to like get rid of your vampirism, it is so hard. It's a really long-winded quest, and obviously you have to do it all at night because you take damage during the day. Like it's a really tough quest. Like really tough.
If you need
you have to like go on this huge fetch quest and then come back to like the Count of Skingrad because he's a vampire as well. And there was like a cut quest where you're supposed to like change his wife too. It was mad. Whenever I accidentally caught like the vampire cold, I would like purge it straight up. I was so scared of it. When you play a game you don't have a platform, maybe I will say, not got the plat yet, but you keep screwing me by getting plats you already have. Just wait for all those up and coming games, just you wait. Baker. Please be kind. How's the cast, me, George? You should be taking off around now, right? 2 weeks-ish? Last time we spoke? It takes 4 hours to drop a stage in the Elder Scrolls Online. The catch offline doesn't count. Oof. Oof. Thank you, Mark. To Mark. Return to Brynjolf. Ooh, Avusa. A fun fact, Cicero from the Dark Brotherhood Assassin is from the game Oblivion. If you don't recognise it's the same dude because they have the same name. So they talk the same, the dude from Oblivion that tries to kill you for becoming the arena champion is Cicero. I unfortunately heard that wasn't true. I don't think that's true. I'm sorry, Hayden. I think Cicero I don't think that Cicero is the obsessed fan. Mainly because Cicero is a Breton and the obsessed fan is a wood elf. 2 AM noodle gang, where you at? What kind of noodle? I'm sorry, Hayden. I didn't mean to be rude. I don't think it's true. The cast should come off a week on Monday. Yes. What will you do? What will you do with the cast off? Just type? Just type. West of Lake Omric. Never eat shredded wheat. It's slightly southwest and much further. Never eat shredded wheat. Maybe down here? Southeast of Iverstead and east of the Rift Imperial Camp. Maybe here? I'm not getting any of the map markers. Be kind, I'm sorry, but that's just not who I am generally. Monday to Friday, 8 AM to 5 PM, my kind hours. Subject to availability. You penis. Apart from Baker being 3'2", how tall is everyone? Are certain marks spelled like that? I did fuck up by trying to get fancy with it. So is your name actually Mark? Bethesda doesn't manage such levels of continuity. Yeah, that's the thing, Petticoat. Maybe it is. Well, I need to feed about 65 more times to get the last vamp trophy. I've got to do it all at once and then purge the vampirism. Easy mocks that respawn quick is proving tougher than I thought. That sounds like a huge pain in the arse. 65 times. Probably use a knife and fork properly for the first time in 6 weeks. What have you been? How have you been making do? What's the plan? Marku. Not trying to be Dicky my bed. Well, I mean, if you want me to call you Marku, that's fine. I usually use a shorter version of people's usernames with people when they come in. It's just a bit easier to say. If you're alright with me calling you Mark, then that would be great. But otherwise, I can call you Marku. Depends what you prefer. Okay. Well, thanks. I'm sorry. Habits, you know. You never know, it could have been some sort of potion to hide his real identity. Me and Cicero go way back. Don't talk shit about him. Definitely should not do that. If you talk shit about Cicero or anything about the Night Mother, I'll not be able to stop him from killing you. I think I've killed Cicero. I think I normally kill him because I find him really annoying. I've had him a couple times as like a follower. But what I'm saying is that Cicero can come and get me. Because I'll punch him. Pettikelly doesn't even have to try. Pettikelly mocked me for not watching anime anymore. I'm well acquainted with Pettikelly's cold heart. 5'7", nice. 30-ish already, nice. Let me discover you.
What was that?
What was that? Rift Watchtower. And now I'm out of here. I gotta go to talk to a Venice. I will avenge you, Cicero. Do it. Do it, Hayden. My cold heart and reptilian brain. But eating food I can cut up easily left-handed, and I can't open a jar to save my life. Oh no, Meadrod. You precious thing. Meadrod must be protected. Cicero's Bistro. Yo!
We could always use help picking crops if you need a few extra coins. I knew this day would eventually come. At least poor Sindarian died doing what he loved. His field research.
You make it sound so pathetic.
We should take it easy, but he was too stubborn. Perhaps someday I'll continue where he left off. It's the least I can do considering how much he did for me.
Okay.
You gathered quite a few of them, I see. I'll search through Sindarian's notes and find some more information about the Crimson Nirnroot and its properties.
No worries.
Thank you. You've done.
I must avenge Cicero or die trying. I am too scared to fight you, so I will not come.
It's one of Sindarian's greatest works. I believe you've more than earned it.
Thank you. Sindarian's serendipity.
Back to work.
It's been a trial. Imagine tying your shoelaces with very little movement in the fingers of one hand. Man, you gotta get on the Velcro hype, Meadrod. We gotta get you some sketches. So I would say stop being an ass and start being yourself. I'd be confused not knowing which one to do. I feel like it's good to be an asshole sometimes. You know your own boundaries, you know what you want. I feel like sometimes it's better to just be honest. Even if it means coming off as a bit rude. Now I have a useless passive. I love useless passives. You got way more platinums than me, bring it up earlier. Oh, I thought you had like way outnumbered me. Fair enough. I guess I do it 6 hours a day, so the odds are a bit stacked in my favour. Velcro as an adult project, don't gatekeep, right? You know, Velcro's got a place. Velcro's got a place. People prefer Velcro, then you know. Age be damned, you know, age be damned. I got lots of mods that could help me kill your characters, so nowhere's safe in Skyrim. Fair enough. I can't use mods because they disable trophies. So the only place Velcro has is in cable tying. Yeah, you can have me on PSN, Sonny. Oh, that's a shame you feel that way, Project. I do love that was weird. Okay, I don't have a microphone plugged in, that's weird. Yeah, Joker, that's fine. Run by Velcro is a total rip-off, way! I love it. Yeah, Velcro is pretty cool. You love a good Velcro. I actually don't have any shoes with Velcro on. But I mean, I wouldn't give anybody a hard time. You can add me, Baker, that would be lovely. What's your ID? Same as on Twitch. Same as on Twitch. It's linked below the stream, actually, if you don't want to type it in. You just find me below the stream. Safe place socially. I'll take that as a huge compliment, thank you. Huge compliment. This isn't the right place, but I'll discover it anyway. Yeah, wrong place, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm a boots guy myself. Love Chelsea boots. Nice. I've got some trainers that you just like. They go all the way over your ankles, so like you just pull them on. They don't have any fastenings at all. They're like socks but on shoes, and they're really comfortable. If you don't come quietly, I guess I got. Well, that's fair enough, Hayden. I'm a bit of a wuss, so honestly, you've convinced me already. What are you doing? Hey, Joker. Thanks. I just saw that. You get a whole new perspective being temporarily disabled. Yeah, I bet. I bet. It takes so much for granted. Yeah, they're like slip-ons. I've never had any like that before, so they blew my mind. I just wear skate shoes. What, like Vans or something? Shocks! Oh, I just got what you meant, Project. I like that. Shocks. That would be work. Yeah, well, I don't think Peter Kelly's about that life. Which is a relief for me, personally. I contracted bone break fever, so I have a fever that makes my bones break, or? Hey Ronan, how you doing? Adidas, Converse. Oh cool, Converse are great. Converse are so good. I got gifted some Converse for my birthday a few years ago, and the person who bought me the Converse didn't ask me what shoe size I was. So they bought me... Hey, Draco Hellgun, thanks for the follow. So they bought me Converse that were like 4 sizes too small for me. They're like a size 3. I was like, no, thanks. Why didn't you ask me what size I was? Don't buy people's shoes if you don't know what size they are. So I just kept them because I felt too bad about like returning them or selling them. I just kept them for ages, and I don't even know where they are anymore. Bonitis. Yeah, you'd be giving me back. I'm an annoyance. The titties on the shoelaces of my current shoes. Well, that's cool. Draco is me. Oh, Bruno. And Elias. Alias? Well, I don't have the destination marker. So I need to find out where this is. They just never gave me the destination marker. Oh, it's over here. Cool. She's ginger. You bitch, Birch. Gingers are the shit. Hey! I'm not ginger, but Birch calls me a ginger so much that I will take that as a compliment. Ugh. That's not why I'm here. You're a dumb blonde. Oh, Mark, you Barbie. I wear street shoes that are a mix of sneaker and a dress shoe made of leather. That sounds really interesting. I can't quite visualise that in my head, but I bet it's cool. Also, if you guys added me as a friend, it doesn't pop up for me on stream. So I will have to have a look at it in a bit. I probably did, Sunny, but I have them disabled when I stream, so that people's usernames don't pop up if they want to keep them private. I don't know why the follows popped up. That was unusual, but my intentions were good. You know. I'll add you after this. Hey, there you are.